For the final time this season, the Falmouth Commodores travel across the bridge to take on the Wareham Gatemen. It's the final road game of the 2022 season, and it's got some interesting stakes tonight, if any. As we welcome you on to the Falmouth Commodores radio network along with Trey Redfield, I'm Logan Sanforenko. And Trey, I mentioned that because the Falmouth Commodores entered today in 4th place in the Western Division. They cannot move up and they cannot move down. They have that 4 seed locked up in the 2022 CCBL playoffs.
Yeah, they do. And, you know, if you're thinking that there's nothing to play for, there certainly is something to play for. The Commodores need to get on the right groove going into the postseason. You know, there's 2 opportunities here to grab a win tonight and tomorrow against the Cavaliers. You win both of those games, Logan, not only do you finish the season at 500, but you also go into the postseason on a 2-game winning streak. So it's super important for the Commodores to get back on the right foot tonight after a 2-1 loss against the Wareham Braves last night.
And that's the last thing anyone wants to do, and that's limp into the playoffs. But the Falmouth Commodores are here at Spillane Field. We are on top of the third base dugout today for the final time this season. The Wareham Gatemen today are wearing their Red Shirt Friday uniforms for the 3rd straight game. Falmouth Commodores in their road blacks, and with game number 43 on the regular season, that means there's some roster changes, if you will, as we go through the Falmouth Commodores batting lineup. Alex Mooney leading things off, Colby Halter, Jace Borfin, and then Andrew Pinkney doing the cleanup work. Corey Collins is playing first base today, Josiah Cromwell catching, and then Patrick Roach making his Commodore debut, the second baseman from Boston College, and then Anthony McKenzie batting 8th. He's at 3rd today. And then in his second game of the season playing right field, it's going to be Tafton Hensley. He'll be batting 9th, and they'll be facing a pitcher today, Staley, who has not had the best season entering today, has a 7.83 ERA. With
5 runs are put up in the second inning by Staley this season, so it's really important for Falmouth to jump the gun ASAP.
Well, the Wareham Gatemen take the field as we take you through the Wareham defense. Meyer over there at 3rd, Fabian at short, Max Anderson at 2nd, Graham at 1st. Outfield left to right, Ryan Campos, and then the center fielder will be Chick today. Then Owen Diodati, we saw him come off the bench in the last contest between the Gatemen and the Commodores, and he tied the game and stole a point for the Gatemen. He's in right field with Burks doing the catching for Staley. And we haven't mentioned it thus far, but it is raining. It is a little bit trickling, I should say.
It's misting. It's slightly drizzling.
It did prompt a rescheduling of a game. The Bourne Braves and Cavaliers match has been rescheduled to Wednesday. We have been told by our beat reporter, Tommy Mumma, that the tarp did come off, so therefore we're still waiting on updates there. But that's a big matchup because the Bourne Braves and the Cavaliers are tied right now in the Western Division with 49 points, and they're both just 1 point out of first place.
Yeah, and if you're the Commodores, you're salivating because all 3 of those teams are dogfighting with one another to get to that top spot, have an opportunity to play Falmouth, while the Commodores can somewhat ease into things, not have to worry about everything that's going on right now. The Doors can just roll with what they have at the moment and glide through. I mean, you have a game that mathematically means nothing tonight, but motivationally, I think it means everything. The Commodores have to get a win tonight.
Well, that is the truth. The Commodores enter today with 18 wins, 20 losses, and 4 ties to their name. And it's sticky, but we're ready to go here at Spillane Field. Not necessarily at 6 o'clock just yet, but Falmouth Commodores have been lucky through 42 games to not have a rainout. But we're getting a little sprinkles, as you said. Maybe that's just one. A lot of those doubleheaders across the league got canceled. Falmouth Commodores doubleheader did not, so there's been some good luck this season.
Yeah, thank goodness there's been some luck. I want to spend some off days with my broadcasting crew.
Exactly.
Not you have to come back here and do them. I mean, baseball's great and all, but at the same time, you want to take advantage of the off days that you have, and the Commodores certainly want to do that too, the players and the coaches and everything like that. So it's really important, to just play, fight through it. So what? So here we go. Alex Mooney to start things off. Let's do this thing.
Mooney batting leadoff like he always does. Enters today with 5 home runs. But the Commodores are ready to get into the postseason, get things rolling, and figure out who they're playing, because that's something we may not find out until the day before. But now Staley comes set and fires the first pitch to Mooney. Mooney grounds one right towards us under the dugout down the third base line. Nothing and 1 the count.
It's really going to be one of those days, isn't it? I mean, one of those days where we get popped by a baseball? I sure hope not.
Daniel Neary was right there. Mooney coming into today, hitting .268, 16 runs driven in. He's walked 14 times and has struck out 25 times. 0-1 the count. Staley comes set, fires the 0-1 pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. Count even at 1. Game number 43 on the Commodore season. The final matchup against the Wareham Gatemen, in which it is currently tied somewhat at 2-2-1. Staley comes set and fires. Mooney pops this one up over the Wareham dugout on the first base side and out of play. It's got a 2-strike count. Very intimate setup up here, as it always is. Some people call it the shark cage.
I just call it the cage.
The cage.
Katsuit calls it the shark tank.
The shark tank, that's what it was. That would make more sense.
I just like the cage.
The cage, it's something unique. The Hyannis crew was using this for the All-Star game. Staley delivers the 4th pitch to Mooney. And it misses low. Count even at 2.
Scary lead.
Good take there by Mooney. But Mooney last night in Bourne, he was able to come back after falling behind in counts quite a bit. Playing over to his left is Fabian, the shortstop. In the gray dirt here at Spillane. Here's the 2-2. Mooney pops this one up a mile high.
Very early.
Heading over the grandstands by the third base sign here at Spillane Field. We'll do the 2-2 again. A little bit of a different setup here in Wareham, because the last time Alex Mooney was here, came in off the bench in the 2022 CCBL All-Star game. All-Star shortstop. The starting third baseman in that game, Colby Halter, waits on deck. Staley comes set and fires. Mooney lunges at this one, right back to the pitcher Staley, and he'll retire Mooney. 1 gone here in the top of the 1st inning.
Now batting the designated hitter from Florida.
Well, we
number
had a
7,
little bit of rain that
Colby Halter.
stopped. Now it's coming back a little bit, so we're getting some drizzles on our equipment and on top of the dugouts. We're looking over the dugouts, and it's nice and wet. Commodore's closest call to a rainout was in Hyannis, in which they won 12-5. Our beat writer Tommy Muma said that we're getting that game in today, and we got all 9 in.
He put his whole college tuition on it. He figuratively meant that, but if he actually did, he'd be a rich man.
First pitch to Colby Halter's in there for strike 1, 0-1 the count. Halter hitting .303. 7 home runs on the season. Last home run was in Hyannis. That was his 7th of the year. That was in that 12-5 victory. Staley ahead in the count, 0-1. His catcher behind the dish, Burks, wants him to reset, but he stays on the mound and comes set. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Halter grounds this one right side, base hit. It's a 1-out single for Colby Halter. He takes a hard turn around first. He's trying for second, and he catches the Wareham defense napping. It's a 1-out double for Colby Halter.
And a great piece of hitting with that too. You know, got it to the right side where Graham was trying to reach with his glove. Couldn't get it. Actually went to go backhand with it, excuse me. You know, extending with the left hand. That was his glove hand. And you said it, Halter caught him napping. Colby using his speed and then pumping his arms, which is the double celebration that the Commodores have this season.
So now here's Jace Borfin with a runner in scoring position, and that ball did not have a lot of movement on it in the right field grass as it was trickling to Owen Diodati. Staley comes set, checks on Halter, and fires the first pitch. Borfin looks at strike 1. 0-1 the count. Well, Borfin in his short time with the Commodores this season already has 2 triples. The only other Commodore to have 2 triples is Andrew Pinckney. Another 0-1 count in favor of Staley, the pitcher. The righty from Texas looks at Halter twice and fires. That's a strike. 0-2 on Jace Borfin. Well, Borfin comes into today hitting .286, 2 home runs, those triples as well. 9 runs driven in. He's walked 15 times and has struck out 15 times. The lights are on here at Spillane Field. Jace Borfin with the high socks, trying to defend with 2 strikes. 0-2, Halter takes off, it's in the dirt. The throw to third is in time. Halter is thrown out. And there are 2 gone here in the top of the first inning. That was a good move there by Halter, but apparently there was a tag.
Yeah, apparently. I thought Halter got in there safely.
We're right by the base. We have the perfect angle of it this time.
You saw the same thing too, didn't you?
I think the right foot got in there without a tag.
Oh, I think 1,000% it did.
But that's the beauty sometimes of game 43. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses upstairs. Count even at 2. Halter wanted another stolen base, but he gets great jumps there. He got Staley thinking on the mound. Borfin with an even count. Big hole down that right field line. Diodati playing over to his right. Here's the 2-2. Borfin works the count full as it misses outside. The good thing is about the weather today, not much wind. We're looking at the flag out in right center field. There's little movement, if any. The only wind we're getting is from the mist. Full count. Here's the pitch. Borfin swings and drives one in the air to right center field. Diodati giving chase, but it's the center fielder, Chick, and he makes the catch. So at the end of the day, the Falmouth Commodores go down in order as we go to the bottom of the first inning. Still scoreless. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Welcome back to Spillane Field. Scoreless here in the bottom of the first inning. Wareham Gatemen and the Falmouth Commodores. Game number 43 on the 2022 CCBL season. The Falmouth Commodores will send out left-hander Philip Abner on the mound today. The lefty from Florida, the all-star man who last time he was on this mound here at Spillane Field, it was in the All-Star game.
Yeah, and unfortunately he got the loss in that, but he had 1 inning pitch, struck out 1, walked another, gave up 1 hit, and that run that he gave up was unearned, which is the worst part about earning a loss. You give up an unearned run leading to an L. That's tough, but you know what? It's the All-Star game, and he had fun, and he really enjoyed it. I had a pleasure talking to him at Spillane Field before the game, and he actually told me that he liked starting more than he does relieving, which is weird because 3 days before that, he told me that he liked relieving more than starting. Either way, though, he's making his 4th start tonight. He's 3-0 on the season in 25 innings pitched, striking out 18 and walking 12. It's really important for Abner to limit the walks. We saw him walk 5 batters last time he was on the mound. So if Abner can control what he's throwing, find more Ks than BBs, then he'll be fine.
Well, he talked about him liking starting more than relieving, and did he tell you that it's because of the break? It gives him some time to prepare for his starts?
Yeah, that's exactly what he told me,
It makes sense, though. But Philip Abner, he told us pregame, he says this weather is killing the vibe, and I have to agree with Philip on that one. But nevertheless, that mound is absolutely wet and drenched. As we'll see a lot today of the starting pitchers and the relief pitchers as well, checking their spikes with all the dirt that is going to be gathered there. So now Max Anderson, the second baseman from Nebraska-Lincoln, will step into the batter's box, righty on lefty. Here's the pitch, way upstairs. 1-0 the count. Anderson coming into today hitting .305. 7 extra base hits, 2 home runs, 16 driven in. Here's the 1-0. That catches some strike zone, count even at 1. Also walked 18 times and it's gone down via way of the K 30 times. Also swiped 1 bag. Commodores actually ended a 13-game hitting streak for the Wareham second baseman. Here's the 1-1. Foul behind home plate, 1-2. Well, we last saw Philip Abner against the Harwich Mariners last week. That was a 11-7 loss, but he did not get that loss that day. He actually exited that game with, he would have been in line for the victory. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Just a little outside, 2-2 the count. But how about the job Abner has done as a starter ever since moving over? Felt like that staff night that was on the 30th of June. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Count full. That was when Jeter got his first start. Philip Abner got his first start. Back when the Doors had Drew Summers, he got his first start.
Trying to just figure out the rotation, you know, and it's going to be a new idea, figuring out the rotation going into the playoffs, too.
Here's the payoff pitch. That misses outside, and it's a leadoff walk issued by Philip Abner. The Falmouth Commodore defense, Anthony McKenzie at third, Alex Mooney at short. The new guy, Roach, is over there at second. At first today is Corey Collins, and outfield left to right is Jace Borfin, Andrew Pinckney, and Tafton Hensley. So now here's Ryan Campos. Starting to sprinkle just a little bit more here at Spillane Field. Anderson takes his lead. Abner comes set. Fires the first pitch to Campos. That misses low. 1-0 the count. Ryan Campos hails from Arizona State. At least he will be in the fall. Hit .244 this season with the Gatemen coming into today. 2 home runs and 10 driven in. Here's the 1-0. Low and inside, 2-0 the count. Well, he also was an all-star for the Wareham Gatemen. Felt like we didn't see that many for the Gatemen because most of them got drafted.
Yeah.
The one we can all think of is Hogan Wendish.
Hogan Wendish was a lock as an all-star, but then got picked by the Seattle Mariners the Monday before. He was supposed to play that Saturday.
Here's the 2-0. Misses low and outside, 3-0. Hogan Wendish in his first professional game went 4 for 4.
Of course
with one of the Mariners farm system teams.
Of course he did. He's that good.
4 for 4 with a couple of RBIs, and it had the Mariners prospect Twitter talking about him. Here's the 3-0. There's strike 1. 3-1 the count. Well, the fun part about today is keeping all of our equipment dry. We got trash bags, we got
You call this
bubbles.
fun?
It's, oh yeah. Haven't had a rainy game all year.
Is horrible. We forgot the tent.
Yeah, we should have had it. Here's the 3-1. Ground ball left side. McKenzie can't field it cleanly. It goes into left field off of his glove. And they're at first and second with nobody out. And that's going to bring up Will Rogers.
Damn, Bridge. That's tough.
Now batting the designated hitter from Arizona State.
Well, the rain, and I talked to Anthony McKenzie a lot about this field and this dirt. He doesn't like it. We were at Fenway. He said it was so nice to actually be on dirt that was groomed nicely.
Who
has good
like
hops.
Who does like it? I mean, come on.
It's a unique look. It's a unique look, this dirt and this setup. Well, nevertheless, here's Rogers, the DH for Wareham.
Right there, right there.
Here's the first pitch. Popped up left side. Mooney ranging to his right, called off by Borfin in shallow left field. Both runners stay put, no tag. It's a quick fly out to the left fielder, Jace Borfin.
I think that's the loudest I've ever heard Jace Borfin yell or talk, because Borfin's more of a quiet guy, but when you're playing ball, you got to have great communication out there, especially in a ball that's in that area. You know, it's all about talk. You don't want to bump into somebody else. So whoever's the louder guy basically gets it. And normally if the louder guy is calling it, he probably has a better angle on it. So good job by Mooney to back off and let the left fielder Borfin take that one.
So now here is Owen Diodati. First pitch. Popped up out of play, foul over the brick wall, or brick buildings here at the high school at Spillane. Diodati, I talked about that home run he hit to right field. That was off of Levi Wells in a 2-run game in which the Gatemen and the Commodores tied. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Another foul pitch. That heads for the bricks again. 0-2 the count. It's starting to rain just a little bit more here at Spillane. Abner wants to get a big second out here, or perhaps even better, a big ground ball. 0-2 the count. Abner checks on Anderson. Here's the 0-2. Ground ball right side. Collins can't field it cleanly. He fires over to second, gets the runner there. Diodati is safe at first, and they're at the corners with 2 outs. Well, this dirt is getting wet today. And how about the presence of mind? They usually say this about first basemen, the presence of mind just to keep the ball in front of you. Don't let it go behind you, because good things will happen. Worst scenario there is with that ball in front of him, the bases could have been loaded.
Right, exactly.
No
but you know what? Collins, actually, I was surprised he went over there to second base, but made a strong throw. Something that Collins has is a great arm, and he's making his first start at first base in what has been over a month. But either way, good stuff from Corey.
So now here is Cam Meyer. First pitch. That's a strike. Philip Abner looking for his first strikeout. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Scoreless ball game. Anderson over at third. Diodati at first. Here's the pitch. Ground ball into the Falmouth dugout. 0-2 the count, and that's the second time a foul ball has gone near that Falmouth dugout.
Hopefully everyone's all right down there, because that's in the spot where coaches are lined up. I mean, that's where Brent Becker is, Mike Landry is, Jeff Trundy is. Like that, they're all down there. So hopefully everyone's all good.
0-2 quickly. Abner trying to get out of the jam. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, 1-2 the count. Well, it is indeed getting nice and wet as I officially put my scorebook under the blanket that we have here in our Shark Tank.
Welcome to the party, my friend.
The dirt is wet, the grass is wet. It's a wet day today for game number 43. Abner checks on Diodati. He comes set, exhales. Diodati gets a good lead. He goes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He went around. Abner gets out of the jam, and we go to the top of the second inning. Scoreless as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network.
24.
Welcome back to
Andrew
wet
Pinkney.
Spillane Field, along with Carter Bainbridge and Trey Redfield. Logan Sofranco on hand. Scoreless here in the top of the second inning, as Andrew Pinkney will lead things off. Be Pinkney, Collins, and Cromwick. Abner got out of a big jam there. Corey Collins with not the cleanest play at first, but it was a beautiful one to save runs. So at the end of the day, we'll take it. Here's the first pitch to Pinkney. Off-speed pitch, catches some strike zone, nothing in one the count. Something to take note of here. Staley working out of the stretch with nobody on.
And that's how you know it's a reliever. He hasn't, it's his first start this season. Normally the relievers just rock with going from the stretch.
Here's the 0-1. In the air to right field. Moving back is Diodati. He looks up and it is off the wall. Pinkney is going to be in second, and they're going to call it a leadoff double as it went off the wall. And Pinkney is granted time. And in a day where the clouds are gone, there's no water in the air, perhaps that one is out of here.
Oh, 100%. I thought that did get out. I was twirling my fingers telling you it's a home run, but that bounced off the top of the wall. Must have snuck behind a sponsor or something like that on the fence over there in right field, right under the flagpole to the right of the scoreboard here at Spillane Field. Great piece of hitting, opposite field hitting from Pinkney.
So now here is Corey Collins, the first baseman today. Staley comes set, checks on Pinkney. Here's the pitch. It's a strike. Catches the middle part of the strike zone, nothing in one the count. Collins coming into today, hitting 171, 1 home run, 4 driven in. He's walked 15 times and has gone down swinging and looking combined for 28 times. Staley taking a long time to get his sign, finally gets it, comes set, peeks on Pinkney once or twice, and fires the 0-1. Swing and a miss, nothing in 2. Well, Carter and I talked about this a lot yesterday in the Bourne game, about the kind of at-bats Corey Collins has been taking these recent games. They've been good.
I mean, he's fighting to the very end. He keeps giving himself a chance each and every time he comes up to the plate. Wherever he is in the field, Collins is a hitter. He's the one that hits for power, and he shows it.
Behind in the count, nothing in 2 here. Staley fires. It's in the dirt, 1-2. And in a day like this, anytime the ball is going to hit the dirt, the catcher is going to go to the umpire and ask for a new ball.
100%. I mean, there's just no other way around it. I mean, there's rain that's coming down on the dirt. It's going to make that ball wet immediately. It's the only right thing to do. Ask for a new ball, try the other one. Maybe we'll see that one down the road again.
Well, Collins wants time, and he'll get it. Trey, I feel like you'd like this, but the kind of sock look that Staley is wearing, it's the ankle look. I don't even know how to call it.
Honestly, yeah, I did don those a couple of times while playing baseball, and looking back on it,
It's a solid
completely regret it. No.
You don't like it?
No,
Oh, there you go.
I mean, either go all the way up or keep them down.
There you go.
I'd say it's mid.
Here's the 1-2. Collins takes ball 2 in the dirt again. 2-2 the count. Corey Collins playing first today. A lot of DHing with the Doors recently, but he started off in the outfield with the Commodores when he was first activated. Staley taking a long time to get his signs from his catcher, Burks. Here's the pitch. That misses low, and the count's full. Boy, tight strike zone today. But moving over to his left a little bit is the second baseman, Max Anderson, expecting Collins to pull here.
He was just early. He was just early and under it.
So another full count here. Pinkney still over there at second base. Nobody out here in the top of the second inning. Staley checks on him and fires the payoff. Foul behind home plate. We'll do the payoff pitch again. And the fan makes a nice catch off of a assist from the fence.
Yeah, that snuck through the fence.
It snuck over and back. It basically fell as if it was a pop-up.
That's smooth.
That's how you do it.
But at the same time, that's dangerous. I mean, there's no screen over here on the left side.
There is not 1 ounce of netting, unless it's the grandstands, which are adjacent to our setup. 6 pitches here in this at bat. Staley checking on Pinckney again. Here's the pitch. Popped up in the right side. Moving over to his left is Graham in foul territory. He makes the catch. 1 gone here in the top of the 2nd inning. And that's going to bring up Josiah Cromwick.
Now batting the catcher from Oregon, number 12, Josiah Cromwell.
And something we saw the other day was Josiah get his first extra base hit on the season, and it delivered some insurance for the Commodores in a 6-4 victory over the YD Red Sox.
Yeah, I mean, I would say some run addition. You know, it came earlier than the point that it's allowed to be called insurance. But either way, Cromwick had a great piece of hitting on a 3-2 count. Liked something over the middle, too much over the middle for a pitcher and a hitter to dominate.
As he takes strike 1, 0-1 the count. Cromwick coming into today hitting 196, 5 driven in. He's gone down looking 7 times and has gone down swinging quite a few times. Make that 9. He's walked 5 times as well. Cromwick with the stirrups today. Here's the 0-1. In the air to right towards the line and foul, and it goes off the foul fencing. 0-2 the count. Can't really predict where the ball is going today. Not only just with the angle, but with the weather today.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's misting. Hopefully it dies down a little bit. Everyone has their hood. Almost everybody has their hoods on here at Spillane Field for the final home game of the Wareham Gatemen season.
0-2 the count on Cromwick. Staley checks on Pinckney 4 times and fires. Swing and a miss. First strikeout of the day for Staley. And there are 2 gone here in the top of the 2nd inning. Well, Trey, sometimes the conversations we have in a game 43 where the Commodores can't move up and can't move down in the standings, we talk about some fun stuff. And with that being said, I would like to tell you, Christian Vasquez is on his way to the Houston Astros.
No.
He is.
No.
Christian Vasquez has been traded to the Houston Astros.
What? Why?
That's one that I cannot tell you.
Who's going to catch now? Trey Redfield? I mean, like, who do they think is going to catch for the Boston Red Sox now?
So now 2 outs here in the top of the 2nd inning. Patrick Roach into the batter's box, the newest Falmouth Commodore, coming from Boston College, where he hit .259 in 27 games played. First pitch he sees is a breaking ball that misses inside, 1-0 the count. Well, he's been busy this summer. He just came over from the New England College Baseball League, in which he hit almost 300. Had 5 home runs and 23 runs, almost 1,000 OPS. He stole 13 bags in 19 attempts with the Muskrats.
The Winnipesaukee Muskrats.
1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Another breaking ball that gets him. It was in the same spot. It misses inside. And the first at bat for the Boston College second baseman is a hit by pitch, and that's going to bring up Anthony McKenzie.
Now batting the 3rd baseman from Sam Houston State.
That's one way to get on base.
Anthony
Welcome to the
McKenzie.
Commodores,
Absolutely.
Patrick. I got to meet him yesterday. Fun guy to talk to. You know, he told me he just wanted to play more baseball. Had an opportunity to do so with the NACBL wrapping up for some teams. The playoffs going on right now in that league. Winnipesaukee, one of those teams to miss out on the playoffs. So Roach taking advantage, staying in New England. More of an opportunity to play some ball.
2 runners on, 2 outs. First pitch to McKenzie, tails away. 1-0 the count. Well, McKenzie has been putting together some nice at-bats recently. Hitting .243 on the season, 1 home run. And that only home run was here at Spillane Field. It was a 3-run shot. It capped off a 6-run inning. Here's the pitch. Popped up down the left field line, twisting foul and out of play. The field goal is not good as it went just a little bit left of the uprights.
You would have to, I don't know how you'd pull that
Whoa, look
out.
at this.
Oh, look at all the geese.
There's about 50 geese that just flew over Spillane Field. I wonder how much that actually picked up, because they're making their noises.
I mean, whatever you hear in your headphones, that's exactly what it's picking up right now.
I heard all the oohs and ahs from the crowd, and I was thinking, what just
Yeah,
happened?
right over the top. That was like a flyover.
Runners at first and second, and Staley delivering the 1-1 in the dirt. 2-1 the count. Only on Cape Cod, right? We had a goose warm up with the YD Red Sox at Gov Fuller Field on Saturday.
I think it was out there for over an hour.
The second it landed, it almost got drilled by a baseball. Landed in the second base grass. Had a rabbit delay.
I've hit a goose before. On a driving range.
Really?
Plunked him with a golf ball.
Oh my
right,
gosh.
right in the butt. Yep.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. In the dirt. And it's 3-1 now. Taft and Hensley waits on deck. Game number 43 on the regular season. Commodores 18 wins, 20 losses, and 4 ties. That puts them at 40 points on the season. Pinckney at second. Roach over at first. 3-1 the count. Here's the pitch. McKenzie draws ball 4 inside. Pinckney sprinting around third. He's thinking about home, but he's going to stay put there, as the bases are going to be loaded with Taft and Hensley coming up to the batter's box.
That's a smart base running move right there. You know, the play is never dead, even on a walk. You know, you see some guys get the walk to first base, but also try and go after second base. I mean, there was a time where I played rec baseball, and my best friend, who's a game day intern for the Commodores, Brian Coleman, I walked him. He ended up coming around the score because we kept throwing the ball around the infield, so he just kept stealing bases.
Hey, there you go.
Tapped home plate on a home run that he never actually hit. So it's really important to stay on your toes as a lead base runner in particular.
Bases loaded for Hensley. Here's the first pitch. Way upstairs. 1-0 the count. Hensley just 1 game under his belt. 0 for his first 3. But you in the baseball days, as we have a mound visit, talk about the rec days, talk about the look that Staley is rocking today, the ankle socks look, if we're going with that.
I was atrocious, don't worry.
You were oh, no, I highly doubt that. Falmouth Commodores have the intern wiffle ball games that happen at Shoreway Acres Inn.
Okay, yeah, that I do crush those. We were actually playing wiffle ball today.
There you go.
I hit one over our house.
Oh my goodness. Now here is Hensley with a 1-0 count. Pinckney at third, Roach at second, McKenzie on first. And here is the 1-0 pitch. Hensley flies this one to right, twisting towards the line and out of play, and that's where it will end up. Count even at 1. Taft and Hensley will be heading to Oregon this 2022 season. Wrapped up college ball with College of the Canyons out in Santa Clarita, California. He's wearing number 27 this year. Last Commodore to wear 27 was Alabama right-hander Ben Hess. Staley comes set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. The count on Hensley. Commodores have not had a grand slam this year. Obviously a lot to ask for, but Commodores have had an inside the park home run this year.
Came off the bat of Alex Mooney against the Bourne Braves on July 22nd.
1-2 the count. Mooney waits on deck. Should it get to him? Staley shakes off his catcher. Now comes set and fires the 1-2. That tails away from the catcher Burks as it misses outside. Count even at 2. Commodores have had 6 batters in this inning. It started with a leadoff Andrew Pinckney double to the right center gap. Coming set is Staley. He deals. That misses low. Hensley did not go around, and the count's full. The Wareham defense was ready to head off the field there, but no dice. So now the Commodores, with a full count, the bases loaded, and 2 out, are going to get a head start the second this pitch leaves the arm of Staley. Mooney on deck. The righty comes set. Here's the payoff. Hensley draws ball 4. Pinckney in to score. It's 1-0. It's an RBI base on balls for Taft and Hensley. And now here comes Alex Mooney with the bases loaded. 1-0 the score.
Now batting the
Well, that's one
shortstop
way to grab your
number
first
2,
RBI with the Falmouth
Alex
Commodores.
Mooney.
Taft and Hensley getting it done with his eyes. Not often do you hear that, but Hensley now over at first base. And you bring up the top of the order with Alex Mooney. You're at a spot in the game where, like I mentioned, you have to attack on Staley. He's given up 5, now 6 runs on the season with the Wareham Gatemen in the second inning. So if Mooney can explode that number right here and in this moment with a conversation going on the mound, then Staley will be out pretty quickly, but the Commodores will have a huge cushion early as well.
Boy, wouldn't that be something if Mooney did something grand here. So now over at third is Roach. And at second base is Anthony McKenzie. And at first is Tafton Hensley. Roach was plunked by a pitch. And then Anthony McKenzie drew ball 4. Tafton Hensley walked. Here's Mooney, who lined out right back to the pitcher Staley in the first. Staley comes set. Here's the first pitch. In the dirt, 1-0 the count. Mooney hitting 5 home runs on the season, only 1 on the road. He's not hit a home run on the road that has left the ballpark. He's got the aggressive stance. Here's the pitch. Foul behind home plate, count even at 1. Well, Alex Mooney had such a great season with Duke. It's always forgotten the great seasons these guys have with their school seasons, or their school teams, I should say.
Yeah, Mooney hit a shade under 300. It's on the ACC all-freshman team. Got better as ACC play went along.
Righty comes set, not even checking the runners. Here's the pitch. Mooney sends this one to left. It is down for a base hit. Roach in to score. McKenzie given the wave by Brett Becker. He's in there sliding safely. It's a 2 RBI single for Alex Mooney, and the Commodores lead 3-0 here in the top of the second inning.
Just a great piece of hitting. You know, finding out in the inner half, Mooney pulling it to left field and picking up on a hopless Campos to left fielder. And how about McKenzie, you know, the second base runner who knew exactly what to do on 2 outs. You got to be moving. No matter where that baseball is going, you are flying around the bases, and McKenzie did just that. The Commodores exploding here in this top of the second inning with a 3 spot, and this could be the end of Travis Staley's day with Harvey Shapiro now coming out on the mound.
Oh, a tough day for Staley as we're going to take a quick break. Shapiro will grab the ball. We'll give you this pitching change right after this. Don't go anywhere as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Well, back here at Spillane Field, Staley's day is done. 1 2/3, 3 hits. Run category still blank because he has 2 runners that belong to him. Taffin Hensley at second, Alex Mooney at first. He yields to Charlie White from Central Alabama Community College. Lefty on lefty matchup with Colby Halter. Here's the first pitch. Off speed, misses inside. 1-0 the count.
Yeah, nothing like making your Gateman debut against one of the best hitters on Cape Cod with 2 runners on and 2 gone.
Here is the 1-0. In the dirt. How about the stops by Burks as the count's at 2-0 in favor of Halter? But the catcher Burks, he's had to pick some pitches out of the dirt quite a few times.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, I mean, he's doing what he can. It's exactly what a catcher needs to do. Not only catch the baseball, obviously, but keep things in front of him.
Ground ball right side. Making the play at first is Graham. He steps on first, and the inning is over. We go to the bottom of the second inning. The Commodores grab a 3-run lead. We'll be right back as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Well, back here at Spillane Field, the Falmouth Commodores lead the Wareham Gatemen by a score of 3-0. The sun is starting to peak a little bit here across the bridge, along with Carter Bainbridge and Trey Redfield. I'm Logan Safarenko. The Wareham Gatemen will have Derek Fabian, Carter Graham, and Devin Burks due here in the bottom of the second. Tours lead 3-0. Here in the bottom of the second inning for pitching, as he delivers an off-speed pitch that misses outside, 1-0. Derek Fabian, another Florida guy. A lot of Florida guys have been on the Wareham Gatemen roster. Here's the 1-0. That's a strike. Count even at 1. The last time the Commodores were here, we had a Florida-on-Florida matchup with Ty Evans and Ryan Slater, and Ty Evans took him deep. Here is the 1-1. That's in there for strike 2. Inside part of the strike zone. That's that lefty-on-righty matchup. Derek Fabian with 1 home run on the season. He's driven in 7 and has walked 7 times as well. Abner looking for his second strikeout. Ahead in the count, 1-2. Here's the pitch. Off speed, gets him chasing. Cromwell blocks it, fires over to first. And just like that, Derek Fabian is retired. Back-to-back strikeouts for Philip Abner. 1 gone here in the bottom of the second.
It's a good finish in the first inning and a good start to the second inning. You know, that's some good stuff there from Philip Abner, going with the off speed. And you have a catcher behind the plate who is blocking left and right, making himself, you know, a part of it. That's what it makes him, bringing a good battery together.
So now here is Carter Graham, another lefty on righty. Here's the pitch. In the air to straightaway center. Pinckney underneath it, moving to his right. He makes the catch. 2 gone here in the bottom of the second inning, and that's what Abner likes, quick outs.
Yeah, I mean, who else would not like would would not like
Now
that. I
batting
mean,
the
come on.
catcher from Kentucky, number
It's one
35,
pitch.
Devin
Keep the pitch
Burks.
count down. You just keep on going. I'd rather have one pitch outs than strikeouts that happen in 6 pitches.
There you go. I mean, if it's a good strikeout, then. But Abner with 5 pitches this inning. Here's the first pitch to Burks. The catcher, did he go around? He did not. As the ball's in the dirt, 1-0 the count. Game number 43 of the regular season here at Spillane Field. Still got some clouds, but the sun is coming. Here's the 1-0. Did he go around that time? They appeal over to first base. This time he went around, count even at 1. Very similar check on swing the first pitch, but Devin Burks from Kentucky, a .250 average. 3 driven in, 5 walks, and he's gone down 11 times via way of the K as he looks at ball 2. 2-1 the count. This is his 29th game played on the season for the Wareham Gatemen. Abner looking for a 1-2-3, bottom of the second. Here's the 2-1 pitch. In the air to left center field. Pinckney moving to his right. He makes the catch again. Of course he does. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. Falmouth on top by a score of 3-0. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Welcome back to Spillane Field, along with Carter Bainbridge and Trey Redfield. I'm Logan Safarenko. Jace Borfin leading things off for the Commodores. 3-0 score. Here's the first pitch. It misses low, 1-0 the count. Borfin flew out to center the last time he was up. It was a loud fly out. Struck very well. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Foul tipped. And it goes all the way to the screen behind home plate. Or is it fair to say screen? I guess we could say fence. That's the backstop here at Spillane Field. It's big black chain link fence that goes all the way around. No bricks like Dorn Park or Gov Fuller Field. Here's the 1-1. Misses high, 2-1.
Borfin was the only guy that did not come up to the plate in the previous top half. One that Falmouth scored 2 runs on and brought up 8 batters, along with 2 hits and walking a couple of times too.
Here's the pitch as it's driven in the air to right center field. Giving chase is the center fielder, Chick, and he's underneath it for out number 1. Another loud fly out off of the bat of Jace Borfin.
That's so frustrating. You know, that's where it says, you know, the average doesn't tell you the entire story. And coming into tonight, it was a good one for Jace Borfin, and it still is. You know, he came into tonight hitting 286 on the year, and you have loud outs like that. That's where it's case in point saying, look, if those balls found gaps, it's over 300, and it's not even close.
Now here's Pinckney, who almost hit one out that led off the second inning. Here's the first pitch. Off speed outside, 1-0 the count. Well, there's a lot of banners out there in right field, and from our vantage point, that baseball blended into the banners. Baseball's white, those banners are white, but Pinckney's here with a 1-0 count in this inning. Here's the pitch. High and outside, 2-0 the count. Andrew Pinckney looking for his first multi-RBI game since July 16th. He's had 2 RBIs since that game, one at Bourne. Here's the pitch, it's spoiled behind home plate. 2-1 the count. Ooh, that had the loud thud, and there are cars parked there, so someone got hit. And based off the O's in one of the grandstands, that might have gotten a car window. Someone's car did get plunked in that same spot at the All-Star game. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Ground ball left side. At short is Fabian. He gathers and fires and retires Andrew Pinckney. 2 gone here in the top of the third inning.
Hard piece of contact here in this top half of the third inning. I mean, that's the best way to describe it. You know, a hard one over to shortstop where Fabian was. He had to go on a knee like an outfielder fielding a ground ball going into the grass. So good play either way by Fabian. Way to stick with it on this gray dirt. But either way,
mud today. I guess we can say mud as well.
I don't know what it is. I gotta text Kate and ask him which one or what the actual name is of it, because Kate Crenshaw, the Wareham broadcaster, told me what it actually is, and I forgot. So I need to check myself before I wreck myself.
Well, now here's Corey Collins with nobody out, or nobody on, I should say, as he takes ball 1 upstairs. 1-0 the count. Collins popped out to the second baseman back in the second inning. Charlie White, the pitcher. Here's the pitch. 2-0 the count now. Charlie, the left-hander. Commodores in their blacks. They're wearing their black hats today as well. Haven't done that in 2 straight games. Here's the 2-0. And Corey Collins has a 3-0 count in his favor as that one trickles away from the catcher Burks. Gatemen will have Cam Chick, Max Anderson, and Ryan Campos due in the bottom of the third inning. 3-0 the count, 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike 1, 3-1 the count. Corey Collins looking for his first extra base hit since Saturday, where he had an extra, or a double I should say. Here's the 3-1. That's in there for strike 2, count full.
And Joe Peters took a little too long to the point where Collins thought he had ball 4 just because of how long Peters took. He stayed in the box, then he started walking away, then he got called back because of the delayed strike call from Joe Peters.
So now he's got to defend or lay off. Here's the payoff. He lays off the 2-out walk issued to Corey Collins. And here comes Josiah Cromwick.
And that's the second straight full count Collins has had to deal with. The last time he came up, which was in that second inning, one that Falmouth put up all 3 of its runs in, that came where it was a foul fly out to the first baseman. But now he wins himself a battle here, a pitch that was high and away. And now Collins is aboard, an opportunity for Cromwick to bring him around.
16th time this season Corey Collins has reached via base on balls. So now here is Josiah Cromwick. First pitch he sees is a swing and a miss, 0-1 the count. Cromwick swinging today. Cromwick 11 for 56 on the season. Game number 18 for the Oregon catcher. Went down swinging back in the second. Here's the pitch. Ground ball left side, fair ball. Meyer goes over to second for the easy out at third. And we go to the bottom of the third inning. 3-0 the score, Falmouth on top. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Well, back here at Spillane Field, along with Carter Bainbridge and Trey Redfield, Logan Sofranco, 3-0 ball game. Falmouth has a nice little lead off of a solid inning in the top of the second, in which the Commodores put up 3. 2 of them came off the bat of Alex Mooney via a 2-run single. Here's the 9-hitter Cam Chick. First pitch from Abner. Catches the outside part of the other batter's box. 1-0 the count. It's hard to predict these angles up here. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Ground ball right side. At second is Roach. He fires over to first. 1 gone. Hard contact.
Yeah.
Must have heard you.
And absolutely. And that was the first time Roach has had to feel the ground ball off this gray dirt and the lip that's at the top of the inner infield grass here at Spillane Field. He fielded it a little bit above belt high, making the easy throw over to first base. There wasn't much mustard on that one, but either way, Collins dealt with it over at first.
So now here's the first pitch to the leadoff man, Max Anderson. Nice off-speed pitch that's in there for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Max Anderson walked to lead off the Wareham part of the game in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the pitch. Foul behind home plate. 0-2 the count. Max Anderson has gone down via way of the K 30 times this season. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Nice block by Cromwick as it one-hops the plate. 1-2 the count. Well, the rain is stopped. We see some blue skies over us now. I'm knocking on wood.
Thank you.
As you guys heard on the crowd mic, you never know, especially with baseball. Abner shakes off Cromwick about 4 times. Now 6 times and finally gets his time, but time has been granted by home plate umpire Joe Peters. Abner winds up and fires the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball up the middle, but Mooney charging and firing over to first, retires Anderson. 2 gone here in the bottom of the third.
Great play by Mooney, a guy who is playing on this infield for the first time since the All-Star game. You know, he has more of a familiarity than some of his Commodore teammates who their last time was on this field was June 28th.
Ooh.
It's been a whole calendar month since some of these guys have been able to play on this gray field dust. I don't know what it is.
We talked about this last night with Carter Bainbridge. That June 28th game was the last road loss for the Falmouth Commodores prior to Bourne's
We talked about
victory
closing the
last
door.
night. Yeah. Swing and a miss. First pitch to Ryan Campos, 0-1 the count. Philip Abner with 2 strikeouts has been nailed since the first. He's looking to keep the train rolling for the Commodores. Abner shakes off Cromwick twice, gets his sign, and fires the 0-1. Little cross up there, 1-1 the count. Campos reached on an E5 the last time he was up. Campos, another one of the Wareham Gatemen All-Stars. Will be a Sun Devil in the fall with Arizona State in the Pac-12. Here's the 1-1. Did he go around? It doesn't matter if he did because that's strike 2 according to home plate umpire Joe Peters.
I'm going to answer your question still. Yes.
So if that was strike 3, would you call that looking or swinging?
Swinging.
We'll call that a half sword, maybe? I don't know. It's not a sword.
He swung.
That's not a sword.
He swung. That's not, no, it's not a sword at all. He swung.
Abner gets his sign, winds up, and fires the 1-2 to Campos. As he fouls this one behind home plate and out of play. Do the 1-2 again. I was waiting for that read on the PA. You can keep that foul ball. Heard that quite a few times at the All-Star game. Boy,
It's like that Supreme foul ball being brought to you by Supreme Pizza.
Oh, yep. Supreme Pizza and Hydro Seating by Norman.
Oh, my God.
5th pitch of the at-bat on its way. Here it is. Ground ball to Mooney at short. 1-2-3 inning again for Philip Abner as we go to the top of the 4th inning. Falmouth on top by a score of 3-0. Don't go anywhere as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. back here at Spillane Field. 3-0 ball game here in the top of the 4th inning. Patrick Roach will lead things off. Here's the first pitch he sees. Strike number 1, 0-1 the count. Roach was hit by a breaking ball back in the 2nd inning. It was the 2nd breaking ball he saw in a row. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball left side towards us, foul, 0-2. I mean, you have to say towards us because it's the last time we're going to broadcast a game on top of a visitor's dugout on a high school field in Massachusetts.
Thank God.
Hey, you never know.
We almost got hit by a ball a couple of times up here
We
last
did.
time, so it's a good thing.
Here's the 0-2. High and upstairs, 0-2, or 1-2 the count, I should say. And looks like Joshua Burr is trying to get the ball to a fan in the stands. He missed on the initial attempt, but gets it on take number 2.
I heard, oh my God, in the dugout.
Here's the 1-2. 2-2 the count. I believe it was. I heard it, and I looked to my left, and I saw another body that wasn't Brett Becker or the third base umpire, so I was like, oh, somebody else is down there. 2-2 the count here on Roach. Here's the pitch. High fly ball to center field. Drifting back is Chick. He's underneath it for out number 1. Boy, a lot of flyouts to center field today.
A lot. I mean, that was Roach going after some high cheese there. That was unexpected, you know, and normally you don't see that. I mean, at least tonight I haven't, but good piece of hitting there from Roach, you know, going after what he thought was a strike in a spot that he likes and sending it out to center field, just missing it.
So now here's Anthony McKenzie in the righty batter's box. He was batting lefty in the 2nd inning when the righty was on the mound. First pitch he sees, misses low. Good breaking ball there from White, but no dice, and 1-0 the count. Anthony McKenzie drew ball 4 back in the 2nd. Here's the 1-0. Inside again, 2-0 the count. Well, the Wareham Gatemen were mathematically eliminated from the playoffs on Saturday when the Commodores defeated the YD Red Sox 6-4. Here's the 2-0. Ground ball left side, foul. Brett Becker could make the play as it was off of his right hand. The big O's from the Falmouth dugout. They have fun, though, the Falmouth Commodores.
Of course they
Had
do.
a great month of July.
How could you not?
Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's a ball, according to home plate umpire Joe Peters. Count at 3-1.
Yeah, missed a little bit outside. McKenzie thought about going around but held it back. He was going to be late on that pitch because he loaded up late. But either way, works in Anthony's favor, who has a hitter's count now.
The 3-1. In the air to left. Moving back is Campos. It's off the wall. McKenzie wants second, and he'll get in there standing up with a 1-out double. For the 2nd time today, a loud double off the top of the wall. This time it's off the bat of Anthony McKenzie.
And the first time that the Commodores were here, he hit one over the fence in the other batter's box. So McKenzie's showing it on both sides of the plate this season in Wareham. Great piece of hitting there for McKenzie, who found it over the plate, sent it out to left field, bouncing off one of the sponsors on the upper half of the wall.
First pitch to Tafton Hensley is in the air to shallow center field. This is trouble. It drops for a base hit. McKenzie at third. Holding off at first is Tafton Hensley, and they're at the corners with 1 out. And the top of the order, Alex Mooney in the batter's box.
Sometimes all you got to do is just find the spot, and that's exactly what Tafton Hensley just did right there. You know, trying to take advantage of the opportunity, and he did just that, and that is his first base hit with the Falmouth Commodores. Hensley, a late addition, made his debut against the Chatham Anglers, where he went 0 for 4, but 0 for 3, excuse me, but now has himself a base hit, runners at the corners.
First pitch to Alex Mooney is in there for strike 1, 0-1 the count. Well, he had a RBI base on balls in his first at bat, and a manager will take that. Mooney with a 0-1 count. He's already got 2 runs driven in today. Here's the 0-1. Hensley takes off. It's a ground ball to short. Fabian fires over to first. Mooney is retired, but into score is McKenzie. It's now 4-0 Falmouth as Tafton Hensley is over at second base. He was stealing, so he would have been in there safely no matter what.
Yeah, and that means the hit and run was still successful. Mooney brought in a run, and Hensley doesn't do that. That's a 6-4-3 double play all day long. So Mooney getting it done, even though he didn't put one in a spot that he likes, he still gets himself an RBI and gives his team, the chance to keep pushing forward, tacking on some more runs, making life easy for his squad.
And he gets his third RBI of the day. But now here's Colby Halter. Halter had a double back in the first, but Amac got that double here in the top of the fourth to score. First pitch to Halter. He shows bunt. Thing of beauty. Fielding it is White. He fires over to first and he throws it away. Tafton Hensley's going to score. Colby Halter is in high gear. He's at third, and Brett Becker's going to keep him there. So he's at third base on a bunt. It's now 5-0 Falmouth. And that's going to bring up Jace Borfin.
Now batting the right fielder from Arkansas, number 9.
I will take that.
Yeah, you'll take that all day. I mean, and if I had to guess on the scoring on that, I'd give Halter the infield single there, and an RBI single that is.
Yes, I believe that would have scored no matter what.
I mean, the run's unearned, obviously, but either way, it's a bunt single, in my opinion.
Jace Borfin looks at ball one out of the strike zone. Called that strike on the scoreboard, but I believe this is a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Borfin grounds one right side. That's a fair ball. Fielding it is Graham, and he steps on the bag at first, but the Commodores get a couple more runs. It's now 5-0 as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Falmouth on top. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network.
We're now into the bottom of the fourth inning here at Spillane Field, where the Commodores are ahead of the Gatemen by a score of 5-0. With Logan Safarenko, I'm Trey Redfield. So glad you're with us tonight, and so glad that the rain has gone away. It's Cloudy skies here at Spillane Field, but no more precipitation. So more likely than not, we'll get all 9 in tonight. Game 43 of 44 in the regular season, as Braden Matthews is now on the mound for the Commodores after Philip Abner went through 3 innings of work. Matthews' first pitch from the windup to Will Rogers is a swing and a fly ball into center field. Pinckney coming in, moving to his right, charging a couple of steps and making the grab shoulder high for the first out. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Matthews, the right-handed pitcher out of Walter State Community College, who did not play due to an injury in 2022. But shifting gears to Abner, the Florida Gator, the southpaw Logan, he did not have a bad outing at all.
Yeah, and in a game like today, they don't need him going long. 3 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. I don't think that was a hit. There was a ground ball to the third baseman, Anthony McKenzie. It was off his glove into left field, but they ruled it a base hit.
That was a hit that came off of Ryan Campos in the first inning. Matthews' first offering to Owen Diodati, the right fielder, is an off-speed, missing outside for ball 1. Diodati last time up, he grounded into a 3-6 fielder's choice on an 0-2 count in the first inning. It's a righty on lefty matchup. Diodati with his bat behind his head in left-handed batter's box looks at ball 1 inside, or ball 2, excuse me. Diodati is, some consider, a Commodore killer. Last time these two faced off, Diodati hit a game-tying pinch hit 2-run home run to right field to a ball that I do not think has landed yet. It's now 2-1 on Diodati. He looks at the fastball in the outer half, knee level.
Was that, I think I was in the booth with Carter. We were asking, what was the furthest home run we've seen this year at the Gov? That was one of them, but Guy Garabay's solo home run was up there as well.
That was a shot.
Same spot.
Yeah, 2-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball, stabbed by Matthews at the mound. Collects, quickly fires over to first in time for the second out. Well, how about that from Matthews, who speared it on the hill, chucked it right over to Corey Collins at first base, getting the easy second out.
Well, that's how the game started off here at Spillane Field. It was a line out off the bat of Alex Mooney to the starting pitcher, Staley. So it's only fitting that the pitchers are getting involved defensively, because there's been a lot of center field today.
So now here's Cam Meyer, who struck out on a 1-2 count to close out the bottom of the first inning last time up. Looks at ball 1 on the outer half in his second plate appearance. The Gatemen out of playoff contention. The Commodores locked into the 4 spot. So mathematically, this game means nothing, but Falmouth wants to go into the offs on the right foot, as the next pitch is some chin music, high and inside to the right-handed hitter Meyer. It's now 2-0.
Hearing the playoffs called Yoffs is just as weird as hearing the Harwich Mariners called the Nurs.
Says you. You're the one that calls them the Nurs.
Yeah, because I've heard it on their social media.
Okay, good point. The 2-0 for Matthews. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
It's because somebody out there calls them that.
I call them the M's. That's my nickname.
Yeah, the M's, the Mariners. You walk around saying Harwich.
I do. That's a good point. 2-1 the count on Meyer. Righty on righty duel. Matthews deals. Slider missing outside, I guess. It's 3-1. That was a close one, but home plate umpire Joe Peters says no dice. So 3-1 on the Georgetown Hoya, who hit .269 across 38 games this season in Washington, D.C. Matthews with the 3-1. Swinging a pop-up, left side, sky high, trailing towards foul territory. McKenzie finds it and makes the grab right on the baseline to close out the bottom of the 4th inning. It's easy as 1-2-3 for Braden Matthews. He sits down, the heart of the Wareham order. 5-0 is your score. We go into the top of the 5th inning with Pinckney, Collins, and Cromwick due up. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. We're into the top of the 5th inning here at Spillane Field. Commodores 5, Gatemen nothing, with Pinckney, Collins, and Cromwick due up for Falmouth. Alongside Logan Safarenko, I'm Trey Redfield. Pinckney coming up to the plate, who is 1 for 2 today with a double that came with the
Andrew
It was a smoke show, a line drive that went opposite field to right center field, bouncing off the wall in front of the flagpole, which is to the right of the scoreboard here in Wareham. First pitch to Pinckney is ball 1, missing low from left-handed pitcher Charlie White, who comes out of Central Alabama Community College. And I was told before the game he had to come to the press box to show the broadcasters and PA his page on social media. Pinckney swings it to left side foul, bouncing off the middle school behind us, so it's quickly 1-1 on Ping. How about that? He had to come up and show him his page on his website, his social media, and stuff like that, because the Gatemen could not find Charlie White on Safari. Next pitch to Pinckney is a swing and a ground ball left side, scooped up by Fabian, moving to his right, throws the first, jumping over his third baseman Meyer, getting Pinckney by a couple of steps. Well, they mean it when they say the shortstop is the most athletic player in the infield.
Now batting the first baseman from Georgia, number
There's one
25,
gone here in the top of
Corey
the 5th.
Collins.
He made that look routine and effortless. Took a body with him, but it's also nice to know your preferred method of browser. You're a Safari man.
I am a Safari man.
There you go.
Sometimes Chrome works for me, but mainly I just click on Safari. It's just how it is. So here's Corey Collins, who walked on a 3-2 count last time up. Lefty on lefty duel, first pitch, ball 1, too high. So Collins is getting the start at first base tonight. We've been seeing that since the doubleheader against the YD Red Sox on June 26th. Collins swings and misses at the 1-0. It's now 1-1 on the Georgia Bulldog. Collins this season was mainly a designated hitter for UGA in Athens, Georgia. Also split his time as a catcher, but he hasn't done that this year. Collins swings and misses at the 2-1. It's now 2-2 on Corey.
Well-earned walk back in the third, though.
100%. Collins has seen a couple of full counts today. The first one he saw was in the second, that foul fly to first base from caught by Carter Graham. The other was the base on balls in the third. 2-2. Too high. Ball 3.
Another full count. Went in his favor last time. Why not do it again?
Let's find out what Collins does here. Kicks and fires, too high. That was ball 3, excuse me. So now it's 3-2. Oof. The Gatemen in their red shirt Friday uniforms, and the reason why that is because it's a cooler shirt, so they chose to wear them for the rest of the season. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Collins goes down swinging. There's 2 gone here in the 5th.
Only the second time a Falmouth Commodore has gone down via way of the K.
Now batting the catcher from Oregon.
Shows the
number
kind of
12,
vision they're
Josiah
getting
Cromwell.
from off these arms. Taking good hacks.
So here's Josiah Cromwick, right-handed hitter who is the catcher today. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a 5-4 fielder's choice. Cromwick comes out of Las Vegas, Nevada, and the first pitch to him, swinging a foul back. It's 0-1 on Cromwick. Josiah came in as a pinch hitter last night in a 2-1 loss against the Bourne Braves. He walked on a 3-2 count, kept the inning alive, and gave Falmouth a chance to win. 0-1. Swinging a fly ball towards right field. Coming in and charging with speed is Diodati. He runs and he slides and he makes the grab head high for the final out here in the 5th. So just like how it was in the bottom of the 4th inning, the Commodores are retired in order 1, 2, 3. Cromwick flies out to Diodati to close out the top half. Let's go to the bottom half of the 5th inning where Fabian, Graham, and Burks are due up for Wareham. 5-0 your score. Doors in front of the Gatemen. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. We're now into the bottom of the 5th inning here at Spillane Field. Falmouth ahead of Wareham by a score of 5-0. Derek Fabian will lead things off for the Gatemen as Braden Matthews is on for his 2nd inning of work. And in the previous bottom half, he sat down Wareham's heart of the order in order. 1, 2, 3. Matthews working from the windup, facing the righty Fabian. First pitch outside, ball 1. Fabian last time up, he struck out. That had to be completed, by Josiah Cromwell behind the plate. Got in the dirt. Cromwell finished it off, throwing off to Corey Collins at first base. The 1-0 is a swing and a pop up to the right side, fouling out of play. So the count is now even at 1.
You can keep that foul ball courtesy of attorney Glenn Hannington and his daughter Tevis.
Commodores locked into the 4th spot going into the CCBL playoffs. That starts on Thursday. Falmouth's opponent's yet to be determined. I'll explain why after this 1-1 pitch. Swinging a foul tip back, bouncing off the screen behind home plate. So it's now 1-2 on Fabian, but the reason why that is because Hyannis, Katuitt, and Bourne are in a dogfight for first place right now. 3 teams separated by 1 point. So it's up in the air on where the Commodores will be for game 1 in the first round. Matthews awaits his sign from his battery mate Cromwell. Has it. Kicks and fires the 1-2. Swinging another foul back to the screen. We'll do it again. Fabian comes out of Florida, where he saw action in 46 games during his true freshman campaign, starting in 43 of them with the Gators. He had 218 with 4 doubles and 4 home runs. Fabian down 1-2. Matthews kicks and fires from the mound, swinging a line drive to right field. That gets down for a base hit. 5 feet to the left of the left field line, right field line, Hensley picks it up, throws into second, and that's where Fabian is standing up. A leadoff stand-up double for Derek Fabian. Wareham with an opportunity to grab its first run, trailing 5-0 here in the bottom of the 5th inning with no one gone.
And I'm going to be completely honest with you. That's the first hit we've seen today from the Wareham Gatemen.
True
the first
hit.
thing that has left the infield, the first thing that has been a good, solid piece of contact.
And it now brings up Carter Graham, the Stanford Cardinal, who had a breakout sophomore season, hitting .331 along with 22 home runs. That was the best in the Pac-12 this season. Stanford, a team that made it to the College World Series, beating UConn in the Stanford Super Regional. Fabian leads off second base. Holding him on is Patrick Roach, the second baseman, the newest second baseman for the Commodores. Matthews from the stretch for the first time today. Goes with the off-speed, misses low and away for ball 1. Graham is at first base tonight for Wareham. He flew out to center field where Andrew Pinckney is. Last time he was up, that came in the bottom of the 2nd inning. The infield otherwise straight up except for Roach, who is holding off Fabian at second base like I mentioned. Matthews kicks and fires. Fastball on the lower part of the plate. That's an upper strike 1, knee level, where Graham is standing in the right-handed batter's box.
If the statistics are right, he's going to take this pitch.
That's the exact thing I thought of when it got to 1-0.
You can hear the dugout below us here on the third base side at Spillane Field. They're always a trip, the Commodores. Matthews turns around, pretends like he's thrown over to second base, but the ball's still in his right hand. 1-1 is the count on Graham. Runner on second, no one gone, bottom 5. Falmouth leading Wareham by a score of 5-0.
Right there.
Matthews comes set, working from the stretch, kicks and fires. Fastball too high, it's now 2-1 on Graham.
We talked about the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, how they're number 1 in the Western Division. They trail the Harwich Mariners by a score of 2-1 in the top of the 6th. And that's important because if the Harwich Mariners win today, they eliminate the Chatham Anglers, and the East playoffs are set, at least with the teams.
Right there.
Matthews looks back at second, kicks and fires the 2-1, swinging a line drive left center field. Borfin moving to his left, makes the grab shoulder high for the first out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Great read by Borfin right off the bat of Graham, who had himself a home run last night against the Katuitt Cavaliers. No dice this time around, and there was one gone with one on here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Commodores in front of the Gatemen by a score of 5-0 in what is the second to last game of the CCBL regular season.
You said those Katuitt Cavaliers in that game last night. Commodores got the Cats tomorrow, and that was a game yesterday. That was decided late. It was a 4-3 Katuitt victory. Katuitt had to work for that one.
Katuitt had a home-and-home series with Wareham just a couple of days ago. Wrapped up yesterday, but they split it. the Gatemen and Kettleers. So here's Devin Burks, right-handed hitter. First pitch to him in the dirt, blocked by Cromwell, keeping it in front of him, coming in front of home plate to throw it back to his battery mate Matthews. It's ball one on Burks, who has an opportunity to bring Fabian around, who got himself a leadoff stand-up double. Matthews making his 5th appearance with a 1-0 record for the Commodores this season. As he turns around, pretends like he's thrown over to second, holding on Fabian. Patrick Roach is doing the same over there at second base.
Right there.
Matthews comes set, peeks back at second, turns to home plate and deals. Swinging a high fly ball to center field. Pinckney going back a couple of steps, makes the grab. Tagging up from second, going to third is Fabian, where he dives in safely to throw offline. McKenzie moving to his right from the third base bag to make the grab head high. So now there's 2 gone here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Fabian goes over to third base. He's 90 feet away from being Wareham's first run. And it now brings up Cam Chick, who's 0 for 1 today with a ground out to second, coming in the third. 5-0 is your score. Falmouth with 6 hits and no errors. Wareham with no runs, 2 hits, and 1 error to its name. Matthews from the windup. His first pitch to Chick, off speed, outer half, strike 1. Chick comes out of Missouri, where last season he was actually with Nebraska, starting in 48 games for the Cornhuskers. 0-1, swing and a miss at a pitch down low. A fastball offered from the right hand of Matthews. It's now 0-2 quickly on Chick. Matthews working quickly from the windup. Kicks and fires to the 0-2. Missing just a bit outside. Holding his glove for an extra second was Cromwell, but no dice from home plate umpire Joe Peters.
I know we're on a weird angle, but that was a good pitch.
That looked really good, didn't it? Matthews looking for strike 3 on this pitch. The 1-2 with 2 gone. He deals. Fastball too high. The count is even at 2.
Looking for that first strikeout. Came out of the bullpen back in the 4th, had a 1-2-3 inning.
Falmouth with 3 runs in the 2nd, 2 in the 4th, trying to keep it a 5-0 lead for the Commodores. Matthews with a 2-2, swinging a ground ball right side, foul by a couple of inches. Collins let it go, but calling it foul was first base umpire Jeff Kinney, pointing his left finger towards foul territory. His left index finger, I should say. So we'll do the 2-2 again for Chick. He was 0 for 4 last time out, and what was that, 4-3 loss to get to it, like we mentioned just a couple of moments ago. Fabian leads off third. He's the only man on for the Gatemen. 2-2 the count, 2 gone. Chick the batter, Matthews the pitcher. Speaking of Matthews, he deals. Fastball too high, the count is full. The last thing you want to do is walk a guy after you were ahead 0-2. And especially that, knowing you have Max Anderson on deck, the leadoff man, but a guy who's been crushing it this year for the Gatemen. He was an all-star for Wareham this year. Payoff pitch from Matthews. Swing and a miss, strike 3 at the off-speed. A nasty breaking ball delivered by Braden Matthews, and he gets out of the jam. We go to the top of the 6th inning, where the Commodores come up to bat with 7, 8, 9 due up. Roach, McKenzie, and Hensley with an opportunity to balloon a 5-0 lead for Falmouth over Wareham. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. We are in the top of the 6th inning here at Spillane Field. The Commodores ahead of the Gatemen by a score of 5-0. With Logan Safarenko, I'm Troy Redfield. So glad you're with us tonight. It's the final road trip for Falmouth in this regular season. Charlie White, who is 3 innings and a third through, fires his first pitch to Patrick Roach, misses inside for ball 1. Roach, the new kid on the block for the Commodores, came from the Winnipesaukee Muskrats, where he hit 5 home runs this season in the NECBL. Lefty on righty matchup. White's next pitch misses outside for ball 2. Roach last time up flew out to center field in the 4th inning, and the time before that, he was hit by a pitch in the 2nd, one where Falmouth scored 3 runs in that top half. White is working from the stretch, has his sign, kicks and fires. Missing high, it's now 3-0. A little bit inside on that one as well. Roach had to bring up his bat a little bit along with his arms to avoid getting hit by another pitch. White comes set and deals the 3-0. Swinging a ground ball over to third base, fielded cleanly by Meyer, ankle high. Throws over to first for the first out here in the top of the 6th inning. Well, not often do you see that, someone going after the 3-0, but if you like it, go after it. Why not?
He's gotten good looks in the batter's box as well. I mean, got hit by a breaking ball, but he's been selective with the pitches he likes to attack on. But we have a great front row seat to the third base side. That was a nice play there by the third baseman, Meyer.
Yeah, we're set up above the third base dugout. It's what we call the cage. We've come together to call that as it is with the Commodores media team. First pitch to the switch-hitting McKenzie, who's in the right-handed batter's box. Misses outside for ball 1. A fastball delivered by White, who spends his collegiate ball at Central Alabama Community College. Next pitch misses low and away. 2-0 now on McKenzie, who had himself a double last time up. But White had to go up to the press box and show everyone in the Gatemen media staff his stats, his page, and everything that he does in collegiate baseball because they couldn't find it. McKenzie's next pitch is a swing and a line drive foul to the left side. It's now 2-1 on the former Sam Houston State Bearcat, now Oklahoma Sooner. He told us that he was in the portal. And
there you go.
Yeah, and I asked him, where are you going? You know, I wanted to just see what he was up to because he's been in the portal for a while, and he said, Oklahoma. I'm like, well, no way. Congratulations. I said, you okay if I say that? He says, heck yeah, you should. Promote that left and right. Props to McKenzie. 2-1, swinging a pop-up, right side, foul and out of play, going over the grandstand. Not hitting a car this time like we saw just a couple of innings ago. But it's now 2-2 on AMAC.
It was good that you asked him if he could say that because there was a Zane Probst. He announced his new, or he has not announced his new school, but somehow it was released.
It was. 2-2 pitch. Outside, ball 3. Probst is a pitcher for the Harwich Mariners who was at Seton Hall but does not want his new school to be released just yet.
Yes.
So lefty on righty matchup. White from the stretch. Deals the payoff to McKenzie. Swinging a ground ball left side. Another one foul. This one on the ground. Going towards the goalpost on the left side here at Spillane Field. Yes, it is a multi-purpose field here at Wareham High School. It's a football field along with a baseball field. There's the grandstand for football over in left field. That's where you were for the home run hitting contest on July 23rd, excuse me. The 3-2 misses high and outside. Ball 4 for McKenzie, who ends up winning a long battle. One that featured a couple of foul balls, actually 3 foul balls. It was an 8-pitch war, won by Anthony, and he now stands on first base. And Tafton Hensley comes up to the plate. Last time he was up, he got himself a bloop single to right center field in the 4th inning.
Well, going back to what you said about asking players about it should be released, I talked to Jerron Watts-Brown when he was in the portal and couldn't say anything we didn't know, but congrats to Watts-Brown for committing to Oklahoma State.
Big move for Jerron. First pitch to Hensley is strike 1 at the knees. As time is called by catcher Devin Burks, going to go talk to his battery mate Charlie White. Some conversation disputing on the hill, but I mean, just goes back to your point. A lot of guys transferring.
Yes.
One of them at the plate as well, and Tafton Hensley, who's going to Oregon next season, alongside Jacob Walsh, the first baseman for the Doors, and starting catcher tonight, Josiah Cromwick.
Absolutely. I talked to Jerron Watts-Brown about a month ago about his arsenal, what he likes to use. And he didn't know where he was going yet, or at least he knew, didn't tell anybody. So it's always a question everyone should ask, just to be respectful and let everyone know that you value where they're going to go, their route.
Jerron posting on his Instagram, confirming his commitment to OK State yesterday. Next pitch to Hensley misses outside for ball 1. The count is even on Tafton, who comes from the College of the Canyons. Hit over 15 home runs this season out in California. Now making the move up north on the western side of the continental United States to play for the Ducks. He's now ahead 2-1 after a pitch from White misses high and outside. McKenzie leads off first base. Nothing much of a lead over there. He's not much of a base stealer. He only stole 1 base this season, and that came yesterday. The 2-1, swinging a ground ball left side. Meyer picking it up with the knee. Throw to second for 1. Over to first for 2. It's a 5-4-3 double play. Great stuff from Meyer, who had to go on his right knee and fling it immediately over to second to Anderson, and he did the rest, going to Carter Graham at first to close out the double play and the top of the 6th inning. So no dice for Falmouth, who leads Wareham by a score of 5-0. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th inning, where Anderson, Campos, and Rogers are due up. The top of the order coming up for Wareham after this. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network.
Max Anderson.
We're into the bottom of the 6th inning here at Spillane Field. Falmouth leading Wareham by a score of 5-0. Logan Safarenko, I'm Trey Redfield. It's now Max Anderson, the leadoff man, coming up to the plate for the Gatemen. He had himself a walk in the 1st inning. That's the only time he's gotten on base. So he's 0 for 1 tonight with 2 plate appearances. Braden Matthews cleaning off the bottom of his cleat in what has been a muddy mound, knowing we were dealing with some rain for the first 4 innings of this game. Now steps up at the top of the hill, and he's ready to begin his 3rd inning of work. Matthews has yet to give up an earned run. He's given up 1 hit so far. It was a double from Derek Fabian in the previous bottom half. Matthews from the windup, first pitch misses high and inside for ball 1. It's a righty on righty and a second baseman who's mainly played third base this season for Wareham. This is the first time we're seeing him at second. 1-0, too high, ball 2.
Played a little first for the Gatemen as well. That was in a contest with the Doors, won 6-4.
Anderson went 3 for 5 last night against the Cattua Kettleers, and he was a Cape League All-Star on July 23rd. The 2-0. Swinging a ground ball left side. McKenzie dives to his left and he can't get it. The ball goes into left field for a leadoff single for Anderson, the Nebraska Cornhusker.
Now batting the left fielder from
What's this
Arizona
photographer
State,
doing?
number 11,
So
Ryan
Anderson got the base
Campos.
hit, but the reason why Logan's asking that is because there is a photographer on the left side of home plate. He's just standing there, almost in the field of play.
Got a bright green shirt on too.
He could get hit. I mean, with the left-handed hitter Ryan Campos coming up, if he's late on that, he's going to get plunked over there at the on-deck spot for Falmouth on the third base side. First pitch from Matthews from the stretch is low and inside for ball 1, but I've never seen this before. This guy's risking it for the biscuit.
Risking it for the biscuit, dude.
The Falmouth dugout heard me saying that. Oh, man. So Anderson's on first base. Doesn't have much of a lead over there.
Yeah,
Doesn't have a
they got to
base
move him.
this
They're
season,
moving him.
And now they move him. Rightfully so. He could have gotten hurt. And he's still somewhat in the field of play. He's not even behind that screen over here on the left side. Either way on the field of play, Matthews is working from the stretch. The righty throws over to first base. Pickoff move, not in time. Collins doesn't even apply a tag over there on first base. Anderson getting back in safely. So 1-0 is the count on Campos. The left fielder who had himself a single in the first. He's 1 for 2 tonight. It's his first at-bat since the 3rd inning. As time is called by home plate umpire Joe Peters. 5-0 is your score. 1 on, no one gone here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-0 is the count on Ryan Campos. Brandon Matthews steals, too low. Ball 1. Pitch that was ankle high, a fastball delivered from the righty out of Walters State Community College, who did not play this season due to injury. This year on Cape Cod, he's making his 5th appearance with a 1-0 record and a 4.50 ERA. Matthews comes set from the stretch. 2-0 pitch. Fastball swinging a fly ball to right center field. Pinckney moving a little bit to his left, comes in a couple of steps as well and makes the grab for the first out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So still 1 on. That's Max Anderson on first base. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning. We were a couple of moments ago too. 5-0 is your score. Falmouth in front of Wareham, and what is turning out to be a beautiful night. There was rain previously. The sun is starting to set over to our left and over to our right. There's a double rainbow starting to form.
Oh, there's a double one. Look at that. I just saw one, and I didn't see the other one. Wow.
So Campos retired and now brings up Will Rogers, right-handed designated hitter, who's still looking for his first hit tonight. He's 0 for 2. Matthews' first offering, outside and a little bit low as well for ball 1. Matthews thought he painted the outer part of the plate, but it was a little bit low as well, going below the knees of Rogers. So he's ahead 1-0. Over on first base is Anderson. Matthews has thrown over there once already. Let's find out if he does it here. He does not. He fires to Cromwell. As Matthews misses low again, it's now 2-0. Rogers comes out of Arizona State with .299 in his freshman season with the Sun Devils. Wareham still looking for its first run. Falmouth 5, Wareham nothing. 1 gone here in the bottom of the 6th. Matthews from the stretch. Slider finding the outer half this time for strike 1. Good placement there for Matthews, which was also knee-high, so he put it in that outer and lower corner of the strike zone. That's a spot that you want to paint, knowing Rogers, a guy who likes to turn it inside. Matthews comes set, and deals. Swing and a miss, strike 2. The count is even.
No, it took the helmet off of Rogers. Swung right through that thing. He was thinking something else, and we got another rainbow forming. Right field.
It's actually the end of the rainbow. It's the end of the rainbow.
That's how those work, right?
So it's starting in right field and now going all the way over behind the grandstand over on the right side on first base. Matthews with the 2-2. Swinging a line drive, caught by McKenzie. Throw over to first is not in time. So if we're talking rainbows, McKenzie catches a pot of gold, but doesn't get another set of pot of gold with the double rainbow. Gonna get Anderson over there at first base for the 5-3 double play.
I'll take that pick by Corey Collins, though.
That was
good
smooth
play there by first base to keep Anderson over there.
Collins hasn't played much of first base this season. I mean, we haven't seen him over there in over a month. Last time he started at first base was game 2 of a doubleheader against the YD Red Sox. Won the Commodores, lost by a score of 4-0. So Matthews from the stretch still, going up against Owen Diodati for the 2nd time tonight. Actually, that's Brendan Chisholm. And he gets hit by the pitch, going off the left side of his back. So Chisholm coming in the pinch hit, only sees 1 pitch, and he's already going over to first base.
Now batting the 3rd baseman from Georgetown, number 10, Cam Myers.
That's a question I just heard from one of the 3rd base coaches of the Wareham Gatemen was, how close was that camera guy from getting hit? He was there.
Extremely close. I would argue extremely close. 2 on, 2 gone. Bottom of the 6th inning. Falmouth in front of Wareham by a score of 5-0. Now here's Cam Meyer. First pitch to him from Matthews, right down Broadway, strike 1 with a slider. Matthews nodding his head, liking the spot, and starting to get into a little bit of a groove as well. He's been working quickly, Matthews. Let's find out how quickly he goes here. Taking about 10 seconds to kick and fire and get his side as there's a grounder over to second base. Fumbled with by Roach, moving to his left, throws it over to first to close out the bottom of the 6th inning. Matthews with 3 strong innings of relief. Shutout ball delivered by the righty out of Walter State Community College. We go to the top of the 7th inning where Falmouth leads by a score of 5-0, and it's bringing up its top of the order. Mooney, Halter, and Borfin due up after this. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network.
Mooney.
Well, back here at Spillane Field, along with Carter Bainbridge and Trey Redfield, Logan Safarenko with you. The rainbow is over Spillane Field. Will Rogers, no, not the beach in Southern California. It's going to be the DH now on the mound right now for the Wareham Gatemen. Love seeing the two-way guys work. First pitch to Mooney is chopped foul right towards the bat person's circle for the Falmouth Commodores. 0-1 the count. More raindrops starting to fall here at Spillane Field. That's what happens when you say that it's drier. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Mooney today had a 2-run single back in the 2nd, an RBI ground out in the 4th, and then a line out to the pitcher back in the 1st. Here's the pitch. Fouled off of the catcher. We'll do the 0-2 again. So now with the designated hitter Rogers on the pitcher's mound, Chisholm will now enter the game in right field. He came in as a pinch hitter initially as Mooney goes down chasing. 1 gone here in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, a slider that was low and away, going away from a right-handed hitter, and Mooney went after it. He was expecting fastball and finished off the rest of the swing in a lollygagging fashion because he knew he got beat. That's something that a lot of hitters do. They're guessing fastball, and then they realize, oh, a slider's coming. Oh boy, there's no point in finishing that. It's a tough break. I mean, baseball's a game of guessing at the end of the day, right?
Boy, is it.
What are you doing?
Here's the first pitch to Halter, swing and a miss, and Rogers has got something working. I'm trying to get
Are you putting the hood over?
No, hold on.
You got it? I mean, I can get it for you.
I'm going to do it in between innings, but because the rain is starting to come down again, and it's probably one of the most beautiful skies I've ever seen tonight. Rainbow to our right, rain clouds over right on top of us, and then a cotton candy sky to our left as Halter looks at strike 2. Late strike call by Peters, the home plate umpire. But 0-2 quickly on Halter. Commodores with a 5-0 lead over the Wareham Gatemen with 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. 0-2 the count. Rogers from the windup fires the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Second strikeout for Rogers out of the pen 2 gone here in the top of the 7th.
They should have Otani'd him, maybe
Now batting the right
DH
fielder from
and
Arkansas,
have him
number
as a
9,
pitcher. You know, the
Jake
starting pitcher,
Orford.
that is, because the Commodores attacked early on Travis Staley, who gave up 3 runs in the top of the 2nd inning. Rogers showing like he could have been a great case to be an SP tonight.
First pitch to Jace Borfin, tails away, 1-0 the count. Jace Borfin, pair of flyouts to center and a ground out. He's looking to reach for the first time today. Here's the pitch. That catches the strike zone, 1-1 the count.
It was a little low, a little too low, I thought. Borfin brought up his head in a little bit of disgust because he thought that that pitch was below the knees, and rightfully so.
The 1-1. High pop-up, twisting towards the third base grandstands, and it clears the grandstands and takes about a 40-foot bounce off of the concrete in the concourse. But another 2-strike count for Rogers, the Sun Devil. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Borfin swings and drives one into the air to center. Chick moving to his right as that thing is carrying, but he makes the catch. 3 up and 3 down go the Falmouth Commodores offense as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. 5-0 the score. Falmouth on top. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network.
Derek Fabian.
Welcome back to Spillane Field. 5-0 the score. Falmouth leading over the Wareham Gatemen along with Carter Bainbridge and Trey Redfield. Logan Sofranko on hand. Evan Harmon comes into the ballgame after Braden Matthews went 3 strong innings, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and 1 strikeout. Evan Harmon, the newest member of the Lipscomb Bison. First pitch to Derek Fabian, misses upstairs, 1-0 the count. Well, Evan Harmon has pitched at Central Arizona this past spring. 12 appearances, 1-0 record, 15 2/3, 17 hits, 10 earned runs. Here's the 1-0. Foul behind home plate, count even at 1. 9 walks, 16 strikeouts, and a 5.74 ERA. He spent the beginning parts of this summer with the Conejo Oaks of the California Collegiate League, where he had a 21 ERA.
He's still a JUCO national champion, though.
Absolutely.
Can't take that away.
1-1 misses inside, 2-1. He's also a Yankee fan, I've been told.
Oh, God. How'd you find that
I
out?
was told by the Conejo Oaks broadcaster, Austin Gregory.
Poor guy.
2-1. 3-1 the count quickly on the Wareham shortstop Derek Fabian, but Evan Harmon is known for that high velocity fastball. At least it looks like it. It doesn't get above 92, but it moves up there. 3-1. There it is again, but it misses upstairs. It's a leadoff walk to Derek Fabian.
He's a little upset with himself,
Now
too,
batting
quickly
the first
stabbing the
baseman
glove,
for
you know.
Stanford, number
Just got to take a
40,
deep breath, and
Hunter
that's
Graham.
exactly what he's doing right there. You know, getting off the mound, give yourself a moment, then roll. You got to bear down. And in this case, you just got to attack going downhill. That's something pitchers struggle with a lot. You know, they push the ball and don't get enough motion downwards. That's what you got to focus on right here.
So now here is Carter Graham, the first baseman. First pitch he sees. That's ball one. He did not go around. 1-0 the count. Graham has been retired both times he's been into the batter's box today. A fly out to center and a fly out to left. Harmon comes set and deals. That's in there for strike one. 1-1 the count. Well, the Commodores pitching staff today, they've only gotten three strikeouts today.
That's it, 3 Ks?
Yeah, only three
Wow.
strikeouts. Big contact game. Here's the 1-1. There's some contact, and it gets through into left field for a base hit. Runners at first and second with nobody out. It's the first real jam the Falmouth Commodores have seen since the first inning. Now here comes
Now batting
the
from
catcher,
Kentucky,
Devin
number
Burks.
35, Devin Burks.
Yeah, a lot of hard contact, a lot of loud outs. Ball not carrying that well. The Commodores have had 2 doubles off the top of the wall. Game number 43 of the 2022 Cape League season. 5-0 the score. Falmouth on top. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Fabian at second. Graham at first. Here's the pitch. Another high fastball misses upstairs. 1-0. Burks today, a pair of flyouts to center. Stop me if you've heard that one before.
Stop.
Harmon takes a peek at second and fires. 1-0 is popped up to the right side, tailing foul and out of play. Bounces off one of the buildings over there. 1-1 the count.
Remember the first time we were here, how many foul
Oh,
balls
no.
were over there in right field? Longest game of my life.
4-hour game.
I think it was 3 hours and 57 minutes.
Oh.
I remember making a joke about it with Carter Bainbridge, who's to my left on closing the door that night. It's a good joke. Good joke.
1-1 the count. Harmon checks on second, and he'll fake out the runner at second base, Fabian, no throw. Let Fabian know he's thinking about him. Burks with the blue bat. Has it on his right shoulder. Righty on righty matchup. Here's the 1-1. Fabian takes off. The throw to third is not in time. That's because Derek Fabian did a little swim move there. Swam around that tag, and Josiah Cromwick almost had his third batter, or runner, I should say, gunned down in the last 48 hours.
That would have been something. You know, it was a great throw by Cromwick, and they had him, but Fabian with a nice swim move, like you mentioned, getting around that tag from McKenzie, who had to go to the right of the third base bag to make sure he stayed on, and he did just that.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. That misses inside, 3-1. And the Commodores have to be careful here, because they could have the bases loaded with Cam Chick stepping into the batter's box.
And then after that, it's the top of the order and Max Anderson.
Here's the pitch. Up by his head, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. Well, you obviously know that it's game 43 in which the Commodores can't move up in the standings or move down, but
Now batting
you
the
want to
center
get
fielder
wins,
from
and
Missouri, number 19,
this is troublesome,
Cameron Chick.
as Mike Landry, the Falmouth Commodores pitching coach, will take a quick visit to check on his righty. And this is trouble, Trey.
Yeah, it certainly is trouble. I mean, you're one swing away from making it a ball game again. I mean, Falmouth up on Wareham by a score of 5-0. And you said it. nobody outs, or nobody out. The bases are loaded in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's starting to get crunch time here at Spillane Field, and you got to play your cards right. You know, if I'm alone here, he's got to find the zone. You know, take advantage of what you have right now, the guy in the 9 spot. But after that, it's troublesome because, like I mentioned, Anderson is at the plate. He's doing a great job on Cape Cod this season, flirting with 300. He's a Cape League All-Star. I mean, he has the capability of the long ball. We've seen him do it a couple of times this season. And personally, when I was here for batting practice at the All-Star game, he had a couple over to bleachers. He has the capability of going yard Anderson, but at the same time, you got to take it one batter at a time. If I'm alone, I'm just finding ways to attack right here with Chick at the plate.
Well, don't be deceived by the Wareham Gatemen and their record. They walk a lot. They're up atop on the Cape League in walks. So now bases loaded, nobody out. Cam Chick, who has not had an RBI this year, steps into the batter's box. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, nothing in 1. Good spot there from Evan Harmon.
Someone took the words out of my mouth below me. Do it again. Keep going. If that's your way to attack, go after it. Why not?
Harmon comes set, bases loaded, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to Mooney. Mooney fires over to second for 1. Throw over to first is in time. It's a 6-4-3 double play. The Gatemen do play to run. It's now 5-1 Falmouth, but that's a good play right there in the best scenario for the Falmouth Commodores. Quickly.
1,000%. Helping out your pitcher. Whenever a defense can help out a pitcher, especially a case like tonight where there's only been 3 strikeouts put up by the Falmouth pitching staff, that's what you want. Malone pointing right over to Alex Moody at shortstop too, saying, hey, great play. Thank you for saving me a little bit too. Now you only have 1 guy on for Wareham, and it's Carter Graham, who's 90 feet away from scoring. So really important to strand that guy. It's up to Malone to do that right here with Anderson coming up.
Max Anderson today, 1 for 2, a walk, a ground out, and a single. Here's the first pitch he sees, and that's in there for strike 1. Nothing in 1 the count. Wareham Gatemen with 13 wins on the season. 22 losses and 7 ties. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball tails inside. Count even at 1. Commodores 18-20-4. And their chances are they may not know who they'll play in the first round until Wednesday.
Wednesday night, late Wednesday night.
1-1. Inside again, 2-1 the count. And of course I say that because we haven't checked recently, but the Hyannis Harbor Hawks were trailing the Harwich Mariners. And the M's, as you say, they've caught fire. At the right time, they could eliminate Chatham. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Little poker, and it dribbles away. Count even at 2. Well, the Wareham Gatemen get 1 run on a double play. A 6-4-3 fielder's choice. 5-1 the score. Evan Harmon relieved Braden Matthews. Harmon on to try and get through this inning with just 1 run of damage. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Tailing away from Cromwick and another full count. Cromwick actually looked at the glove and was shocked that the ball was there. But the Doors will be back at home tomorrow for the final game of the regular season, taking on the Cotuit Kettleers. It will not be Cotuit's final game, though.
Nah, because the Kettleers and Braves got postponed. So a big battle between Cotuit and Bourne for potentially first place on Wednesday.
Payoff pitch, misses outside. Max Anderson draws ball 4 for the 2nd time today. And that's going to bring up Ryan Campos.
To answer your question about Harwich and Hyannis right now, the Mariners are up by 2 right now. Last tweet coming from the Hyannis Harbor Hawks.
There you go. If Harwich wins tonight, they eliminate the Chatham Anglers from postseason contention.
It's actually 5-1 last time I checked. So it's the end of the 6th. Harwich is on Hyannis 5-1 after Hyannis stranded the bases.
Ooh.
All of them.
First pitch, misses in the dirt. 1-0 the count. Well, I set up there could have been a possibility of a Chatham-Harwich game tomorrow and that would decide the 4 seed, but Chatham, they got rescheduled and Harwich is leading, so that likely will not happen. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Misses outside, 2-0. And we're looking over at the home plate umpire, Joe Peters. This has been an interesting strike zone tonight. We are on a weird angle. We are on top of the third base dugout, but
for the last time this season.
And
let's go.
We have not seen the zone well tonight as that's chopped. Right to Roach at second. steps on the bag, and the inning is over. So the Commodores get out of a big jam. They give up just 1 run as we go to the top of the 8th inning. 5-1 the score. Falmouth leads over the Wareham Gatemen. Don't go anywhere as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. We welcome you back to Spillane Field, where the Falmouth Commodores have a 5-1 lead over the Wareham Gatemen here in the top of the 8th inning. Logan Safarenko with you here. Andrew Pinckney leading things off for the Falmouth Commodores. Here's the first pitch he sees. He shows bunt, pulls it back, doesn't matter, it's strike 1, nothing in 1 the count. Will Rogers, who started today's game as the designated hitter, is on the mound for his 2nd inning of work. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, nothing in 2. He took something off of that one. But Rogers came into this game in the top of the 7th inning. Sat the doors down in 1-2-3 fashion. He struck out 2. Pinckney steps into the batter's box after taking his time. 0-2 the count. Rogers fakes off his catcher, gets his sign, and fires from the windup. He got Pinckney looking on a pitch that Pinckney didn't even want to know anything about. 1 gone here in the top of the 8th inning. 3rd strikeout for Rogers. And that's one of those where you had to hold your breath for a little bit because that's a shocker that was called strike 3. I talked about it with Trey Redfield that we're not necessarily in the best vantage point here at Spillane Field, being on top of the 3rd base dugout, but we cannot guess the zone either way. So now here's Corey Collins. First pitch he sees, misses inside. 1-0 the count. Collins is 0 for 2 on the day, a walk, a strikeout, and a pop-up to the second baseman. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Collins chops this one in foul territory, about 5 feet, or 5 inches, I should say, behind home plate as Burks tried to hop his way into fair territory and make it a 2-3 ground out. We're not at Doran Park. No controversy again. There was some controversy last night, but of course there was. Here's the 1-1. Nice little slider that catches the zone. 1-2 the count. Commodores have gone down way of the K 5 times today. Before Rogers entered this game, just twice. Here is the 1-2 pitch. It tails inside, count even at 2. Well, Collins has worked quite a few full counts today. Had a full count back in the 3rd and a full count back in the 5th. One resulted in a walk, and the other resulted in a strikeout. Here's the 2-2. Fouled the other way towards the 3rd base grandstands, but it clears it. Almost thought it would have hit the light standard here on the third base side. So interesting seeing the light towers here at Spillane Field made of wood. Good to see them working again as well. Here's the 2-2. Corey Collins is able to lay off that pitch in the dirt. And for the third straight time, Corey Collins has worked a full count. Will Rogers gets his sign and fires from the windup. Collins grounds one right side to the second baseman Anderson. Over to first, 2 gone here in the top of the 8th inning. And now that's going to bring up Josiah Cromwick.
Now batting the catcher from Oregon, number 12.
Game number 43 on the regular season. And it's the final time the Gatemen and the Commodores will square off, as the Doors will take on the Katuitt Kettleers tomorrow at home. Here's the first pitch to Cromwick. Strike 1. 0-1 the count. Will Rogers looking to retire the first 6 batters he's faced today. Here's the 0-1. Did Cromwick go around? He did not, according to first base umpire Jeff Kinney. 1-1 the count. Josiah Cromwick today 0 for 3, a ground out, a fly out, and a strikeout. Count even at 1. Cromwick had his first extra base hit last night. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Commodores today have not stranded many base runners. They've only stranded 4. But the Gatemen, they've only stranded 5. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. That misses outside, 2-2. And you can hear from the Wareham dugout, they wanted that strike 3 right there. Two-two the count. Rogers shakes off Burks, gets his sign. Here's the pitch. Foul tip off of Burks. 2-2 again, and that's one of those where you get frustrated as a catcher, because if you corral that thing, that's strike 3. But no dice here. Roach is on deck, should it get to him. 2-2. Misses outside. Count full. Actually, quick pitch, Josiah Cromwick there. But today's DH for the Gatemen now on the mound, trying to get through 2 full innings. Here's the payoff. Cromwick goes down looking. 4 strikeouts for Will Rogers out of the bullpen, and he retires all 6 batters he has faced thus far. As we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, 5-1 the score. Falmouth on top. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network.
Now batting the pitcher from
Welcome back to
Arizona State,
Spillane
number
Field, where the
7,
Falmouth Commodores lead the Wareham Gatemen by a score of 5-1. Logan Sofranco on hand with you. Tyler Mudd on to relieve Evan Harmon. Tyler Mudd making his Falmouth Commodore season debut, the lefty wearing number 5 today. Hails from Holy Cross, just completed his freshman season. He's a Massachusetts native, 5'8", 165. Had an 8.67 ERA with Holy Cross. First batter he faces will be, I guess we should say right now, the starting pitch, or the pitcher. First pitch to Rogers. In the air to center, Pinckney came in and makes the catch on one pitch. One gone here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And it's another fly out to center field.
Now batting the right
We have
fielder,
not had a home run today. Quite a few doubles off the wall. But now that's going to bring up Brennan Chisholm, who came in as a pinch hitter back in the 6th. He was hit by a pitch. First pitch he sees is strike 1 from Tyler Mudd. More arms for the Falmouth Commodores as they head into the postseason. Here's the pitch. 0-1 tails away, count even at 1. Chisholm came in for Owen Diodati, who was 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the 1-1 from Mudd. Ground ball right back to Mudd. He'll underhand toss it over to first, and Chisholm is retired. 2 gone here in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's a
Now
1-3 ground out.
From Georgetown, number 10, Cam Meyer.
So now here's Cam Meyer, the third baseman. 0 for 3 on the day, looking for his first knock. Has not reached today. First pitch from Mudd. Misses low. 1-0 the count. Well, the Commodores will be back at home tomorrow. Take on the Katuitt Kettleers. Here's the 1-0. In the air to center, Pinckney makes the catch. Boy, that inning was about 2 minutes long, as the Falmouth Commodores will have Patrick Roach, Anthony McKenzie, and Tafton Hensley due up in the top of the 9th inning. 5-1 the score. Falmouth on top. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network.
Patrick Roach.
Welcome back to Spillane Field, along with Trey Redfield. Logan Sofranco with you, Trey. I got a question for you. In a 5-1 ball game where the Falmouth Commodores lead the Wareham Gatemen with 6 hits to their name and Wareham with 4. Did you enjoy your burger?
Oh, it was so great.
Good.
It was a good Fortnite burger.
I'm glad. Here's the first pitch to Roach. And misses outside, 1-0. Well, Trey, I know you were sitting right here next to me, but you saw it. This guy right here, Will Rogers, has been electric out of the bullpen. 6 up and 6 down, 4 strikeouts.
Nothing like being a good two-way player, right?
Exactly. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That misses low, 2-0.
Reasons why I say two ways, because Rogers was the designated hitter, and just like how it is,
Still is.
Yeah.
He still is.
And just like how it is in Major League Baseball, your DH can also be the pitcher. The pitcher can serve in the DH role if they please.
2-0. He actually loses his bat as he takes a big swing, and hey, it's wet out today. Luckily, it went where there was no harm, no foul, and it was not a foul ball. And right there, Roach is grabbing that pine tar for his life.
And that ball literally blitzed out of his hands, you know, out of the right-handed batter's box, just spiraling out of there. It's a little weird, but sometimes that happens.
2-1 the count. Rogers from the windup fires the pitch. Breaking ball misses low, 3-1 the count. Well, I heard Mike Murray, one of our GMs down below in the dugout, go on his headset and say, we need the local boy, Joey Ryan, as he's warming up in the bullpen for the Commodores to come in the 9th inning. Here's the 3-1. Well, it's a leadoff walk to Patrick Roach. First base runner for Will Rogers. Every time I hear Will Rogers, and as we get closer to this season being over, I just think of Will Rogers State Beach.
Of course you
Near Malibu, California.
Of course you do, Cali boy.
It is a great, great beach. Looking forward to getting back there and going back to Manhattan Beach to see all the Miracosta boys. Kyle Karros' territory. Amac back in the lefty batter's box. He looks at strike one, or ball one upstairs. 1-0 the count. Well, Anthony McKenzie had a solid day today. 1 for 1, 2 walks and a double. And he's been in both batters' boxes today. Roach takes his lead at first. Pretty lengthy one. Rogers comes set. Here's the pitch. McKenzie fouls this one behind home plate out of play. Count even at 1. Commodores with four ties. Wareham Gatemen with 7. And sometimes ties do help you. They help the Commodores clinch the playoffs a little bit quicker. That tie in Chatham set them up for a 6-4 win.
That's
They
right.
clinched. Here's the 1-1. McKenzie checks his swing. 2-1 the count. Ball was a little bit up. Over at first base was Roach. He bluffed a little bit and then went back over to the base. Wareham will have Derek Fabian, Carter Graham, and Devin Burks due in the bottom of the 9th inning. Rogers checks on Roach again. Here's the pitch. Off speed, gets in there for strike 2. 2-2 the count. Well, Anthony McKenzie in that lefty batter's box here at Spillane Field did have a home run that cleared the scoreboard in right center. It's a 3-run shot. That was the first contest of the season. Pickoff play over at first, no tag applied as Roach gets back in safely. Nice to know that everybody around Cape Cod are grabbing reinforcements for the playoffs. Rogers comes set and deals. Fouled off of the catcher's mitt and then behind home plate. 2-2 again. Roach bluffing at first. Just trying to get in Rogers' head a little bit. He might have been successful in that because Rogers is thrown over there. And now Will Rogers, as we saw Braden Matthews a lot, he's getting that mud out of his spikes.
Yeah, because it's been raining for more than half of this game, whether it's been a drizzle or coming down a little bit harder than that. You know, you're dealing with some mud, and as a pitcher, you need those spikes to get the momentum off the bump.
2-2. Roach takes off this time. That's strike 3. Throw to second is in time. So it's a strike him out, throw him out. And there are 2 gone here in the top of the 9th inning. And my goodness, that's one of those pitches where shock was called strike 3, but that's been the theme the whole night. We cannot read the strike zone from our angle and just in general.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough, but I mean, if it makes you feel any better, my friend, we will be in spots in the postseason where we can read the strike zone. So we got that for us.
First pitch to Taft and Hensley is in there for ball number 1 as it missed outside. Well, you reference that because McKeon Park, Lowell Park, or Doran Park are the possible venues. 1-0. Outside, 2-0. And of course I say that because we're a 4 seed, but that 1 seed's still up for grabs as Hyannis, they're trailing by Harwich, to Harwich tonight by a good portion. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Hensley pops this one foul out of play behind home plate. Very different atmosphere here at Spillane Field than the All-Star game that took place on the 23rd. The stands were packed. They said around 5,300 people were here.
We were all in left field, heckling all the outfielders. It was a good time.
Respectfully, of course.
Respectfully, oh, absolutely.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. Hensley sends this ball to left field. Drifting back is Campos, and he makes the catch for out number 3. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Cue up the trumpets. The all-star closer is coming out of the bullpen, Joey Ryan. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Well, back here in the bottom of the 9th inning, the Falmouth Commodores are trying to leave Spillane Field and take the season series against the Wareham Gatemen. It's going to be the all-star closer Joey Ryan on to try and finish this thing up. He's got to face the top of the order as he delivers another ball back to Josiah Cromwick. He wants a different one. It's wet out. They're picky. I beg your pardon, it'd be Derek Fabian, Carter Graham, and Devin Burks. 6, 7, 8 hitters. Here's the first pitch from Ryan. That's a fastball, and it's in there for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Trey Redfield's happy that we won't be back up here in the shark cage, or shark tank, but
I call it the cage.
we're nervous for the playoffs, wondering where we're going to be. 0-1 the count. Ryan from the windup fires the pitch. Breaking ball is in there for strike 2. Joey Ryan has been fantastic this season for the Commodores. This is not a save situation. But, you know, he's got to get hot. Isn't tossing a while. 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Fabian goes down swinging. 3 pitches. Strikeout number 1 for Joey Ryan. The hometown kid.
Yeah, he's from East Falmouth. He's spent most of his summers there, right? But he's now, you know, and I think goodness, I'm trying to think of what he told me when we interviewed him. This is his 4th full year here in East Falmouth. He's been coming every summer, but now he lives here. So it's pretty cool stuff.
First pitch to Carter Graham is in there for strike one. The Wareham first baseman. Nothing in one the count on him. 1 for 3 on the day. 0-1 the count. 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Ryan gets his sign after 2 nods. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike 2. Nothing in 2 the count on Carter Graham. And Joey Ryan wants to go home. Game number 43 on the season today. About to conclude. 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Low in the dirt. And I say that with some disappointment as the count's at 1 and 2. The immaculate inning is no longer in play. But the strikeout is still on the table with a 1-2 count. Ryan shakes off Cromwell, gets his sign. Slowly goes into the windup, kicks his left leg up and fires the pitch. In the air to center field for a base hit. So Carter Graham comes all the way back and has himself a 1-out single.
Now batting the catcher from Kentucky, number 35, Devin Burks.
Now we see number 8 hitter for the Wareham Gatemen, Devin Burks, step into the batter's box. Well, now you thought about maybe striking out the side in order. Maybe get a double play and get out of Wareham.
Be pretty sick. Do it with some emphasis. Take some momentum into tomorrow against Katuitt. It's going to be a good matchup. The last one of the year for the Commodores, the second to last for the Cavaliers because they got postponed today.
First pitch to Burks. That misses upstairs. Count 1-0 in favor of Burks. Falmouth has already clinched the season series against the Katuitt Cavaliers. Trying to clinch the season series against the Wareham Gatemen tonight. Ryan comes set. Here's the pitch. Inside, 2-0. Falmouth Commodores and Wareham Gatemen series is currently at 2 wins, 2 losses, and a tie. That Katuitt series is Falmouth with 3 wins, Katuitt with 1 win and 1 tie. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That misses outside. It's now 3-0. So Ryan gathers himself around that mound, kicks the dirt, brushes off, looks in on the right-handed hitter, Devin Burks. He comes set and deals the 3-0. That's in there for strike 1. 3-1 the count. It's always sad whenever Ryan enters a game where it's not a save situation because you love seeing that stat number go up. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That is into center field for a base hit, and it nearly took the third base umpire, Ryan DeMar, with him. And DeMar, moving over to his right, exhales a little bit. He still is, as the Wareham Gatemen have runners at first and second with 1 out.
Yeah, unfortunately, DeMar doesn't have a glove. So all he can do is just duck out of the way and hope it doesn't get him. But so now for the Commodores, you know, the ones that have gloves, because that's what they're supposed to do as baseball players, right?
Correct.
Now the Gatemen bring up a guy in Chick. It's up to the Commodores to, you know, find a potentially double play ball. It's still in the air with runners on first and second. The force play all around.
Here's the first pitch to Chick. Fouled out of play, 0-1. Well, I talked about it in the 7th inning. Cam Chick did not have a RBI to his name this year, but he had a RBI. Would this go down as an RBI? I believe it would on a double play.
No.
I don't think it would.
No, it's not.
It'd be a run scoring play. I don't think it would go down as an RBI though. So
it's not an RBI.
He's still searching for his first one. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball right side. Collins fires over to second for 1. Mooney gonna eat the throw as Chick is down the line pretty speedy. 2 gone as they're at the corners with now the top of the order coming up in Max Anderson.
Yeah, that's the right move right there by Mooney. You know, if you throw that, potentially Graham comes around third to try and score potentially, but that may be considered a little bonehead. But either way, you know, you get yourself an out. You can go either to second or first for a force play with runners at the corners, but Joey's got to do his thing here on the mound. Jam Anderson.
It's going to be a tough task to do. Anderson has walked twice today. As Ryan comes set, looks in on Anderson and deals the first pitch. That's strike one. Nothing had won the count. Anderson walked in the first, grounded out to Mooney in the third, singled in the sixth, and walked again in the seventh. Runner over at third is Carter Graham. At first is Cam Chick. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Nice breaking ball that is a ball, according to home plate umpire Joe Peters. Whoa, 1-1 the count.
Where did that one miss?
That was a
That
fantastic
looked so
spot.
good.
Fantastic spot from Joey Ryan. Ryan comes set, not checking on any of the runners. He wants Anderson. Here's the pitch. Little excuse me swing that's going to fall into center field for a base hit. Chick rounding second. He's going to be into third, standing up. It's an RBI single off the bat of Max Anderson, as it's now 5-2. Wareham cuts the deficit to 3. Oh, we keep rolling.
We do. And Mooney tried the fool Chick with pretending like he made the grab, but Chick never even saw him. Smart base running there from Chick, who's now over at third base, who just kept on moving. With 2 outs, you don't know what's coming, so just keep on running, and someone tells you to stop. That was the third base coach for Wareham telling Chick to stop at third base. So still runners at the corners. Falmouth just got to put this one to sleep here.
Here's the first pitch to Ryan Campos. It misses low. 1-0 the count. Well, you just can't get Max Anderson. He is a tough out at the plate. He has reached 4 times today now. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. That ball misses inside, 2-0. My goodness. Wow. These are tough misses as the count's at 2-0. And that makes you wonder that.
Whoever said that, I'm trying to figure that out too.
2-0 the count. Ryan comes set and deals. Swing and a miss. 2-1 the count on Campos. Campos today 0 for 4, or realistically 1 for 4, because they ruled that E5 from Anthony McKenzie at third a base hit. That was back in the first.
You gotta be careful here. Tying runs at the plate right now, Logan.
Absolutely. 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Grounded to Mooney. Mooney with a nice pick, fires over to first. Collins keeps his foot on the bag, and the ball game is over. The Commodores escape with a 5-2 victory over the Wareham Gatemen and are back in the win column. We go back home to Gov Fuller Field tomorrow to wrap up the regular season with a date with the Katuitt Kettleers.
Yes, we do. And it's gonna be a big game, because you want to bring momentum into the postseason. The last thing you want to do is lose to Katuitt out of all teams, knowing it's your biggest rival. If I'm the Commodores, keep the foot on the gas. An opportunity to finish the season at 500 comes tomorrow. After a year that started with a team that went 0-3 to kick off the season, it feels so good to end the season at 500, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Right now, the Falmouth Commodores 19-20-4. Braden Matthews gets the win for the Commodores. Staley credited with the loss. 5-2 the final. Commodores with game number 44 coming up tomorrow. Alex Mooney had 3 runs driven in today, but what a game this was, along with Carter Bainbridge and Trey Redfield and our beat reporter, Logan Safarenko, signing off for now. We'll see you for game number 44 at the Gov tomorrow. Good night, everybody.